رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Medina, oh nana, I pray you take me to Medina, oh Allah. Oh ya Rasul anta Maulana, oh nana, I pray you take me to Medina. My heart is in Medina. My only role model is the Prophet.
Peace and blessings upon the Prophet.
Better recognize his name is Muhammad.
Recognize that his name Muhammad.
I would be lost if I didn't find him. I would be lost and so misguided.
If you're Muslim, everybody sing along.
Allah, salli ala Muhammad, sallu ala Muhammad.
Salli ala Muhammad.
Allah, sallu ala Muhammad, sallu ala Muhammad.
salli ala Muhammad.
Medina, oh nana, I pray you take me to Medina, oh Allah. Oh ya Rasul anta Maulana, oh nana, I pray you take me to Medina. My heart is in Medina.
Once upon a time it was just known as Yathrib. 7th century he made the hijrah for that message. He arrived, everyone rejoiced, he was accepted. The Ansar celebrated, vowed to protect him. Ya Rasulullah, you're the one our hearts connect to. Love you like Bilal did, radiyallahu anhu. The connection's so strong, and though I haven't met you, I'ma pray, I'ma see you in my dream one day. One day, I'm following your sunnah because that's the one way. If I have you in my heart, I can never complain. No, 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 you're in my soul. It's like you're standing next to me. You're in our hearts and you live amongst the spiritual. And I'm praying I can carry on your legacy. Waiting for the day I'm in that shit never will. In Medina, oh na na, I pray you take me to Medina, oh Allah. Oh ya Rasul anta Maulana, oh na na, I pray you take me to Medina. My heart is in Medina. Al-Munawwara.
Medina, oh Allah. Oh ya Rasul anta Maulana, oh nana, I pray you take me to Medina. My heart is in Medina. My only role model is the Prophet.
Peace and blessings upon the Prophet.
Better recognize his name is Muhammad.
Recognize that his name Muhammad.
I would be lost if I didn't find him. I would be lost and so misguided.
If you're Muslim, everybody sing along.
Allah, salli ala Muhammad, sallu ala Muhammad.
Salli ala Muhammad.
Allah, sallu ala Muhammad, sallu ala Muhammad.
Salli ala Muhammad.
Medina, oh nana, I pray you take me to Medina, oh Allah. Oh ya Rasul anta Maulana, oh nana, I pray you take me to Medina. My heart is in Medina.
Once upon a time it was just known as Yathrib. 7th century he made the hijrah for that message. He arrived, everyone rejoiced, he was accepted. The Ansar celebrated, vowed to protect him. Ya Rasulullah, you're the one our hearts connect to. Love you like Bilal did, radiyallahu anhu. The connection's so strong, and though I haven't met you, I'ma pray, I'ma see you in my dream one day. One day, I'm following your sunnah because that's the one way. If I have you in my heart, I can never complain. No, 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 you're in my soul. It's like you're standing next to me. You're in our hearts and you live among amongst the spiritual. And I'm praying I can carry on your legacy. Waiting for the day I'm in that shit I'll never win. In Medina, oh na na, I pray you take me to Medina, oh Allah. Oh ya Rasul anta Maulana, oh na na. I pray you take me to Medina. My heart is in Medina. Al-Munawwara, Al-Munawwara, Al-Munawwara.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Drive Time, and mashallah, after a long time, after a whole year, we're back on your ears, and right now it's the dream team, the self-made dream team, mashallah, that are in the house. So before we get started, as usual, you know, with us, it's always an action-packed show. We have a lot to discuss, we have a lot to debate, we have a lot to show you guys. So before we get cracking with that, I have to start off by introducing my wonderful dream team. One of them seems a little bit weak, but you know, we'll get in there as well, and we'll say to him that, you know, what's happened. Brother Awais said to you,
Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Mubarak once again from the studios of Revive FM. Changed from Ramadan FM, we've been saying it for years. Ramadan
Yes.
FM from 2014, 15, 16, 17, all the way up till now. But Alhamdulillah, changed to Revive FM. Ramadan Mubarak from the Dream Team.
okay, yeah, he showed.
Halim wasn't on it today, I don't know why.
Behind the mics, Awais is a different man. On the mics, he's a different man, mashallah. But
Yeah,
you know, his commitment's always there.
He was backing out, if I'm honest.
This is what we're
He was
worried about.
backing out.
There was a little bit of concern about us. I think, you know what? He's probably worried because, you know, like other people in the studio, they're worried that Moz always brings out these challenges.
That's it,
and there's a fitness guy coming today as well. So perhaps Awais probably thought, what's going on here? But you know what? No doubting Awais's commitment. Mashallah, he's one of the brains of Revive FM, one of the solid workers of Revive FM. So it's always a pleasure to have you on the self-made dream team. And then on my left, or on the viewer's right perhaps, we have Brother Abdul Halim, the solid, the teacher, the brains, the architect, the tonks man, the muscle man, the fitness man. Brother Abdul Halim, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, bro. Go easy, innit?
Oh, sorry, bro. I'm just excited.
I know
I'm
you
excited.
are.
This Rosa, I'm telling you, first couple of days was tough.
Yeah.
First couple of days getting used to it.
You know what? Today I felt
yesterday.
alright.
Today,
I
you
felt
know what?
alright. Yeah, yesterday
100%.
was tough. Yesterday was tough.
Why was that?
I
What
don't
was
know.
that?
It
What
couldn't
was
have
that?
been the weather. It's been raining and it's been cool, so I don't know what the reason
I
is.
think today, actually, I felt a bit more compared to other days. But, you know what, alhamdulillah. It's not
Well,
been
talking about
too bad.
challenges, I tuned in yesterday. You're going to be running 10k while you're fasting.
Okay, you know what? This is how.
how
Before
did
we
I
get
even
onto that, you know, professional radio presenters, everyone knows we're, you know, the dream team, the self-made dream team, do the best they can. But I'm in a situation right now where a presenter would have a skill of to deal with this situation, but I can't deal with this situation. So I'm going to ask you right now to help me. One of the guests is outside. How do we open the door? Can someone? Can we send
Okay,
someone?
I'm sure there's going to be someone listening.
If someone's listening in, if you could kindly open the door, we have our next guest, Bilal, who is here, the nutritionist. So mashallah, he's here. So looking forward to him. But yes, you have mentioned a challenge.
So how did that happen? Normally it's like you set the challenge,
Yes.
and it's in the middle of Ramadan. Nothing's at the start. first maybe 5-10 days, basically getting into it, and then Muz comes up with his challenge. This time, that's
Challenge-
it.
the
With
challenge
second
went
day,
against
challenge has been set. You
Is
know,
that-
I
is that
think
the phone
everyone's-
already?
I think everyone's got to pick up their headphones.
Okay, we're following you, Wes. Is that a call straight away? Is it?
Yeah, it's a cool. Assalamu alaikum.
Hello, walaikum salam, brother. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Hello, my name is Julius. I am born from Nigeria, my brother.
Mashallah.
Mashallah, mashallah. What an honor. Straight from Nigeria. We've just started our show and we've got a call from Nigeria. Brother, what made you call us today?
I want to talk about the stresses of Ramadan.
Sorry?
The stresses of Ramadan is I cannot train. No fitness training.
Ah,
in
yes.
Ramadan.
Okay, brother. Very good. What we're gonna do? We've got our fitness instructor who's gonna be joining us. Say about 6 o'clock. So if I could get you to either go on our Facebook page and put some questions, or if you could call back at 6 o'clock, then inshallah we will discuss that segment. Is that okay?
Okay, brother. I will call back at 6 p.m.
Thank you, my brother. Really appreciate that. Look forward to hearing from you. All right, take it slow. MashaAllah, look at that. So we've already got people who are showing interest on the
Alhamdulillah.
fitness. But the challenge, I'm going to come to that. Because the reason for that challenge is the passion for Revive FM. So we will come to that. I want to talk about that challenge as well. But let's get straight into there, because obviously the time is quite short and we've got a lot to get through to today.
Yeah.
But firstly, let's start off with saying, obviously we've spoken about how Ramadan's going. To give a bit of structure of our show today. You know what? I am loving this studio, man.
Loving it,
I
yeah.
am loving this studio. You know, I just
It
can't-
looks a lot more spacious.
You know what? It just looks.
Yeah.
Oh, mashallah, it looks sick, man. It's distracting me right now, but it is happening, mashallah. But the way we're gonna do this is, firstly, let's talk about Revive FM.
Yeah.
Let's let people know the little bit of the journey that we've been taking to get this to where we are,
Yeah.
and what's next, inshallah. So we'll discuss that. As usual, we try to, although we have a banter, we have our funny way of doing things. The Dream
got
Team.
that seriousness as
We
well.
have got seriousness,
We have,
and we're going to
we
be
have.
discussing a serious topic that Brother Abdul Halim is going to lead, inshallah, on mental issues in schools and exam stresses. Then, of course, we have Brother Bilal from Fit Fast UK, who is a sport nutritionist as well as a personal trainer, and he's also kicking my. He's sorting me out as well. So he's going to be joining us in the studios as well from 6 o'clock, inshallah. During that segment, we will be offering a free session with him. So guys, get your texts in. We're going to release those details shortly as well. And on top of that, we have a competition that one of our sponsors has released to us. But Wes, tell me about that. What do the people need to do?
So I don't know what the people need to do. We're just discussing that. So I think you. But basically, what the competition is we're giving away two free vouchers every day at Manjava's restaurant at Ilford. So that's 2 free vouchers for iftari at Manjava's in Ilford. How to get that? I don't know, Muskan.
Okay, let's do that.
I know you were discussing it. You know what? I wasn't listening.
Not a problem.
Go on.
The way we're going to do that is, we have a text message number.
Yeah.
So what we need is as many people from now until the show closes to text in.
Yeah.
So what they need to do is text their name, their email, and their number. Well, the number will obviously be there. So
Yeah.
the name and email. So if they text that in,
Where did they text it? Have you got the number?
where they text it, the number is right there. Text only.
Oh yes, it is. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
So the number, if everyone wants to write it down, zero. We'll be saying it a few times during the show. 07851 391 365. 07851 391 365. If you've missed it, you can call in the studio as well. We can give you the number directly over the phone.
Perfect. So as many hype as we can on our Facebook chat, as much as possible, that the hype that we can create, so the message is getting out there to the viewers. Guys, remember, it's 2 free tickets to the Manjoro's restaurant.
2 free meals.
2 free meals. 2 free
Iftaris.
meals. 2 free iftars.
Yeah.
So any iftar from now
And then the
until-
iftar has got a bit of that Caribbean twist as well. Their food.
There you go. So Brother Was is eating there. He knows what it's all about. So that's a promotion in itself. So that is from our sponsor, and mashallah, they're going to be doing this every single day.
Yeah.
So they've offered us this competition. So we start it off by saying to everyone, guys, this is the opportunity. So get texting in. We're going to release the number out as well, so it becomes easier for people to remember. Call us as well. Inshallah, we will deal with that as well. But let's talk about Revive FM. Revive FM.
Come a long way, mashallah. Alhamdulillah. Where did
How
we
did
start?
That happen? Yeah, it started. Look, we started in 2014.
Exactly.
Back in 2014, just a 1 month project. That's
Yes.
all it was. Yeah, 2014 we ran it through Ramadan. 2015, 16, 17, 18. So every year we'll be running it that's it. One time in a year throughout Ramadan, and that's it. Everyone's effort's been going towards that. But alhamdulillah, as we announced last year, we got a 5-year license.
Yes.
So from last year, we've got brothers, we've had sisters working tirelessly to work on this project, Revive FM. Alhamdulillah, it's in front of everyone here. So Halim, what's your thoughts about the studio, about Revive FM, about how it's come about? What's your thoughts?
Well, alhamdulillah, you can see yourself. We've had comments from viewers. We've had comments from previous producers, from producers who have joined us recently this year. And you know what? They've come in and it's got a real professional outlook. Revive FM. Why did we bring this up? Why have we brought it in?
Need of the community.
It's the need of the community. That's it. Okay. We noticed this through doing annual radio shows every Ramadan, and we saw that the community is really interested and the community really benefited from this. So we decided to bring this in as a ongoing thing.
Alhamdulillah. You know what? Me and you, we probably jumped on in the later years. I think maybe 2016 we jumped on.
Yeah.
Muz has been here right from the start.
Yeah,
which you have. The Dream Team come about in 2016. Before that, I don't know what you were doing. Yeah?
He was a lone soldier back then.
But yeah,
I was lone soldier.
Yeah, so tell us about obviously the first year that you were actually involved. How is it how is that different? How was that different to how it is now?
By the way, I'm telling you right now, this is reality. Although I've seen this studio take shape, I am sitting in this studio right now and looking around of the way it's been done, and I've got goosebumps. I am telling you right now, I'm actually feeling really nervous right now sitting here. I'm thinking I'm a bit out of my place. I'm feeling a bit out of my place right now. I'm thinking the studios that we had in the past during the Ramadan, they were makeshift studios. They were just, we were doing the best we can, and you knew that you only had a month's content that you had to create. Seeing today, we have just raised the bar, mashallah, man, and to reach logistically to reach where we are already, it's a fantastic achievement. And I've been hearing from our Don managing director Ish Sethi that the people that are coming through the door, they're excited. I think the buzz is starting to slowly being created as well. The excitement is building, and I can say that definitely seeing it since 2014 until now, the way it has progressed is hugely, and it's exciting. It is really exciting that you cannot even put into words of what we're looking to achieve. However, the logistics are getting put in place, the studio is being put in place. However, we still need the support. We need, people advertising with us. We need the donations to come in, and that brings me nicely onto what happened at our brother Irfan Ali's show yesterday.
Now, I just tuned in randomly, and that's it. There's a challenge set out. You're on the phone. I thought, what's going on here?
Now, this challenge, I know exactly what's happened.
God.
Don't think that, it's gone past Moz on this one. And I know exactly who's the instigator, our lovely managing director. But I played along with it because it's for the cause. Now, this cause, obviously, we need to sponsor, we need to donate, we need to push as much efforts towards, much resources as we can towards Revive FM in order to get it to where we want it to be. So the vision's there. The people are there. We just need the resources to keep pushing it. So inshallah, it's already achieved this much. We will carry on. So now, coming onto this challenge, I rang in, obviously, to give Irfan a boost yesterday because it's the first show that he's done on his own. He's done a great show. Great show.
Last year he was on our show as a guest.
Last year, I think it was the year before, he was on as a guest. So for him to actually run a whole show on his own,
really good show.
And you know what? Big up to all the presenters that have come through this year. They're new presenters. We've never seen them before, and they're doing shows on their own, bro. I mean, I'm telling you guys, without the Dream Team, I cannot run a show on my own. And for them to sit there and conduct a show entirely on their own, you know what? Big praise to them, man. And you know what? We look forward to a lot of their shows that are going to keep coming. So we were sitting here, and I thought, let me give Irfan a call. Let me give him a bit of motivation. And we start talking about last year's challenge. And then there was one challenge that has been sort of washed away in the carpet through Ish Sethi. Let's not go into that. And what happened? So I put the fear in to Ish by saying that, look, you know what? Muz is known to release challenges on the spot. And I don't know whether Irfan and Ish were in on this. But it seems like they unleashed a challenge of their own. So I said, okay, let's see what happens. So the challenge is that if we are able to raise £5,000, Revive FM, Muz and Irfan will be doing a run, a 10k run in Ramadan.
Wow.
Now this is a challenge in itself, and guys, Bilal's coming in. I will tell you how out of shape I am right now. Even though I don't look it, but I am very out of shape. And for me to do a run is going to take a challenge.
And also to train as well.
Exactly, to train. So we're going to get brother Bilal in. It's going to be interesting to see what that challenge will
10k,
take.
that's about 7 miles, yeah?
It's about 7 miles. I saw that today actually as well, and I thought, what have I got myself into? So the challenge is out there. However, if you look at the clip, the challenge was thrown down to Ish Sethi as well. So the challenge was there for Ish Sethi. So I will leave it to the viewers out there, that what do you think of that? That, you know, should Ish Seti join Muz Rafiq and say, you know what, I will do this challenge with him if we raise £5,000? God damn, he damn right better be ready. So it's there for you guys to comment. But key thing is, look, if we get the funds in, we will make this happen, inshallah. So the challenge is there because, you know, the passion for Revive FM. And literally, I look around and the goosebumps that I'm getting from the studio is amazing.
One thing we haven't mentioned is, let's take this call first.
MashaAllah, the line's already kicking, bro. That just shows drive time is happening.
Bro. Drive time is happening. Assalamu alaikum, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I want to remain anonymous, even though they might be a bit difficult. I do want to remain anonymous, and I want to pledge £100 towards Revive FM, as long as I see that one on the left basically sweating.
The one Muz, yeah?
Yeah, on my left. So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
MashaAllah, that's the first donation.
Yeah, you know what?
First donation, brilliant.
You know what? Alhamdulillah, that's MashaAllah, first donation. And you know what? I want to see him suffer as well. He's been handing out challenges from day one to everyone. And I think it's about time that, you know what, some things he needs to deal with it. And you know what? We can increase it from 10k maybe. You know what? Let's keep it at 10k for now.
10K.
Let's see how it goes.
I was going to say, bring it up to 5k, please.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Yeah, so Jazakallah caller. Anything you want to say? Any message you want to give to the listeners and to the
I
viewers?
just want to say Ramadan Kareem to everyone. But you know what? Let's get those donations coming in and let's basically see this guy run 10 kilometers. Remember,
Let's see
we're
him
not getting
sweat.
one person running 10 kilometers. It's going to be two. It's going to be him
And Ish Seti, right?
Irfan as well.
And there's an Ish Seti as well.
Another guy. There's another guy called Irfan who's going to be spotting. That Ish Seti. That's the guy that was the really fit one, the one that was on last year, isn't it?
Well, yeah, he was put through his paces last year, wasn't he?
Yeah. I remember that one. The one that was just smashing it last year. Oh yeah, that guy.
Fair enough.
No, he would run 10 kilometers backwards. No, that's too easy. Forget that one. I want to see this guy trying to do it.
No problem.
All right, you know what?
We'll
We'll start with Muz and let's see how it goes.
Let's see
But
where it goes.
inshallah, Muz, he's accepted the challenge and he's ready to run the 10k with Irfan as well. So yeah, let's do this. Alhamdulillah, it's the first donation, £100.
MashaAllah, brilliant. So that's what I'm saying. That passion is there. We've already raised the first £100, MashaAllah. So
Alhamdulillah.
we got to check the banking. You never know, it may be already piled in there. You
That's
never
it.
know.
It might be.
So
you know what? They might be flowing in.
We'll get our
Yeah.
finance team, our
That's
station
it.
manager. A big shout out to Zahib, MashaAllah. He's been doing a
Alhamdulillah.
lot of work as well. I just want to give him a big shout out as well.
But that's our shoulder and he legged it.
I was just saying,
that's typical.
He legged it out of London.
It's like the station manager. Have I created a reputation?
Yeah, that's
that
it.
the
Those
staff-
station managers
the
like
station
us.
managers
Or they don't
are-
like you.
Exactly. That they know that something's coming.
Yeah,
so
that's
it looks like they've all understood that something is coming. So
That's it.
as they knew today was a fitness special one as well. So perhaps they knew that something was coming. So yeah, they all done a runner. But yeah, big up to Zahib as well. Halim, you were saying?
one thing we have forgotten to mention is, yes, it's going full time, but is it going to be full time on the internet or is it going to be going full time on FM?
Yeah, so it's going to be going full time on FM inshallah on 94.0. That's going to be our frequency, and inshallah that's going to be launching from July. All the dates and everything during this month will be coming. Yes, so the exact dates and everything. I'm sure our presenters are going to be giving them. But the plan is 94.0 on FM. It's still going to be online as well, so everyone will be able to see us, everyone will be able to watch us. But also, when you're in your car, when you're driving, when you're cruising, 94.0, I'm sure everyone's going to have that on.
Listen, all those Uber drivers out there, it will happen. It will happen that you will be listening to 94.0 and you will be spreading our dawah and our work to the customers as well.
Right.
So guys, there's been demand because a lot of the drivers come up to us and say, how do you expect me to listen to Facebook Live while I'm driving? And I'm like, you can't really give a logical explanation, but yes, it
Unless
will
you want
happen.
to do it and get 3 points at the same time.
We're not encouraging anything here as well. But yeah, guys, as time is getting considerably short, I want to get Brother Bilal in here at 6 o'clock so we can get as much time as possible from him as well. But before we move on, Awas, I'm assuming we're getting full pelt. There's no breaks. Are we getting full pelt?
Let's go,
at this?
let's go. Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
keep
yeah,
getting full
yeah.
pelt.
Let's go,
That's
let's
what
go,
I like to
let's
hear.
go.
So yeah, inshallah, if there is a need, just let me know, and inshallah we will go from there. So we discussed Revive FM. We'll now come on to our key discussion topic. So we're going to get all serious now. I'm going to get all focused now. We're going to get Brother Abdul Halim to lead this topic. So the topic that we're discussing today is mental issues in schools, and particularly with exam stress. So Brother Abdul Halim, I see this topic as maybe a two-part topic, where you've got obviously the exam stresses right now that's happening with all the children.
Yeah.
All the parents are probably thinking there, oh my God, what is these kids doing?
Yeah.
So they're going through all the stresses as well right now to help their children, and obviously the children themselves are getting the stress as well. But then there's a second part as well, that the general mental health of a young child going through school as well. That's probably an interesting bit as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we know that exams are either starting or have started, especially in primary schools, they're starting next week. I just want to pull up some facts. So it's been said that primary school children sitting national tests have shown signs of stress, anxiety, suffering of sleeplessness, and panic attacks. And we're talking about 10 to 11-year-olds here.
Wow.
Going through panic attacks, anxiety attacks, stress. That is quite big. We've also had reports which say that 82% of school leaders have seen an increase in mental health issues. So what you mentioned before, mental health issues among primary school children.
This is it. Absolutely. This is what you hear. Absolutely.
So, and I just want to throw something else in there. This is all going on in primary schools, and we've got the Labour Party leader Jeremy Corbyn, who's come out and said, you know what, if you elect the Labour Party, we are gonna scrap the SATs, which are the end of Key Stage 2 tests.
I was just going to say on that point that you've discussed, obviously we're talking about exam stress right now, that is exams even a way to understand what the child's level is at? Because to me, exams, and even to the later stages of exams, it's all about how well you do in that exam.
Exactly.
But the whole stress is evolved around that exam,
and that
doesn't make sense.
And that's the fight against standardized testing at the moment.
Yeah.
It's been said that, are you actually preparing a child for real life here, or are you just preparing them for a test?
So that goes into debate, which I'm sure we can't have now. But in terms of the schooling, that you're looking at the whole curriculum then, because obviously you're saying that how can you judge a child and their progress and their career path, because you shouldn't judge it by the exam. That's what my argument is, that how can you judge it by the exam? Because the exam, I know myself that we used to just do 2 weeks of revision to basically pass that exam. The day you finish the exam, you've forgotten that knowledge. You've forgotten that knowledge.
Yeah.
It's gone because it was just a memory for that exam, but it's not preparing you for a life skill.
So in primary school, you're basically setting people up for exams. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all getting.
That's an argument
yes.
that someone could have. Yeah, that is an argument.
No.
Yeah,
Right now in schools
Yeah.
is like, for example, in your school, are the children getting ready for exams?
they are.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
what good does that? I mean, is there anything that basically comes out of it, or they can get in better schools? So what's the reason for the?
So this is the
There must
thing.
be something
So
behind it.
I was reading another report which was produced by the Commons Cross Party Education Committee, and they have actually warned that SATs results, as a part of, because what SATs results actually do, does it actually benefit the child in any way? The reality is no, it doesn't. But does it show how well a school is doing? Probably yes, because it's the SATs results that come out on the league tables to show where a school is in a league table. So what they're saying is it's actually damaging teaching and learning in schools, because you're not giving a child life experience. What you're doing is you're teaching a child to pass a test.
Exactly.
No, but is there anything? So for example, just say if they do well in the test, can they get in better schools, or is there anything that, or is it just in regards to the catchment area? That's the school that you're going to get in.
That's it. So the scores are actually announced before. The scores are actually announced before the SATs are even taken. So how well or how poorly a child does in a SATs exam, does it contribute to what sort of score they're going to get in terms of whether they're getting into, well, if you're going into for something, if they're going into a grammar schools, then that's maybe a different argument. But you know, most of the children, they tend to go to public schools, or we have a lot of academies. Do they look at SATs results? Not really.
But on the flip side, when you come to GCSEs, now it's all exams. There's no coursework. Yeah, so your results are going to be 100% from what you get from exams. Isn't it a good idea to continue SATs as get the child prepared that that's what they're going to be doing? It's all about exams. So from that age, get them prepared for exams, and once they get in, I don't know how it is now in secondary school, but I know maybe year 9, year 8 they're going to have exams, and I don't in terms of what kind of level they're going to be on. But isn't it a good idea from that age getting them into the system and getting them prepared for exams?
I think, well, see, I think having end of year exams shouldn't be scrapped. But the way that they're conducted, the amount of stress that is put onto a child.
But that's with any exam. Once you're going to be once anyone has an exam, there's going to be a certain amount of stress.
But that's true. But like, if you look at, so if you walk into a primary school and you've got a year 6 child who's sitting an exam, and you've got a year 4 child who's sitting an exam, the stress levels are going to be miles apart.
I mean, Halim just mentioned that bit now yourself. What is it which year is it that you teach?
I've done 2 years in year 6.
You've done year 6?
Yeah.
So you can obviously talk from example right now. So SATs happen in year 6, right?
Yeah.
So based on what you've seen, you know, how do you monitor the kids? Like, you know, what's happening with their mental well-being during this exam? Obviously, it escalates, isn't it?
It escalates.
Give us some examples of some crazy examples.
You've had, you know, yes, there have been panic attacks. I've seen panic attacks. You've got children in tears. You've got children who just want to give up.
This is what 6. I mean, how old would they be at year 6?
10, about 10 years old. 10, 11.
So this is what the emotions they're going through.
These are the emotions that they're going through. So that's the argument against.
But then the flip side, now obviously we've got the new dad here. Mashallah, congratulations, Brother Waz. People that don't know, the Dream Team member, you know, we're all growing up now, can you believe?
Yeah, so, that's it.
Mashallah. So obviously he's got those worries as well. But when you are seeing these kids obviously going through what they're going through, and seeing all these panic attacks and, you know, mental, and I think Awais and me are probably a little bit more harder, where we think, hold a second, we've been through the system as well, right?
Yeah.
And we had generation of parents who had no clue. Absolutely no clue. Let's be, you know, let's hope my mom and dad are not watching, but I don't mean it like that. I mean, basically, in terms of raising a child in this society. Yeah, so I don't need to mention the examples, but we got through it. Yeah, we had the stresses and whatever, but now it seems like it's going to a next level. Is it?
And I think that's partly due to the fact that the curriculum has got harder. You would actually think that? I would. From when we were.
I know children are getting homework in primary school now. We never used to get that.
Yeah, but that's because the teachers are actually, you've got a teacher right next to you.
What do I say there?
Teachers are quite inundated right now.
No, but I think from when we sat our SATs exams, the expectations from then to now are completely different.
You would say, yeah?
I would definitely say that. Even if you look from 2 years ago, the SATs paper, to now, you will see, you know, there's a huge difference. The expectations are just increasing year by year. And I think, so again...
the expectation from the parents?
The expectations from the
school? What would you say?
I would say the expectations from the government.
Really?
Yes, the expectations from the government. Because you've now got a new curriculum. Well, it's not new anymore, but it's a few years old. So when that came in, that's when most of these, that's when it was seen, I was just again reading earlier on, that's when it was seen that most of these attacks started happening. That's where stresses started coming down on children a lot more. So again, I think it just needs to be, it's not that it might not need to be scrapped, but might need to be reviewed on the way it's conducted.
That's the exams you're talking about, yeah. So I think what we're saying is that, because you know, exams, yeah, I've got to mention an example, because I was thinking of this when Halim told me the topic.
Go on.
And those people that have done professional exams, so you have your degree and then you have your professional accounting and chartered whatever, solicitor exams and so on. So I did my chartered accounting exams, and this cannot be more daunting. What I used to see, that what used to happen to people for these exams, and you know what? The only thing you could do was laugh, but it was interesting, because I think, what are these people going through? So, firstly, the panic attacks. Many students that it'll be a meltdown, and I'm like, "Yo, just chill out, innit? What's going on here?" All right, fair enough. That's one thing. But the best thing was, okay, the exams that used to happen for the chartered, they used to happen in London Excel. So everyone knows where London Excel is. Now you could imagine, and that's packed out. So you've got probably thousands of people doing an exam. Yeah. So that's daunting, number one. And number two, bang, 3.5 hours sitting and whatever, and you gotta get it right. There was one time, a situation, I was sitting there. This brother, I don't know who he was. Yeah, he's just like a couple of rows down. He collapsed and fainted. So while we're doing the exam, he collapsed and bang, he's on the floor. And literally, there's so many invigilators, for about 30 seconds, no one came to him, yeah? And he's just laying there. And I'm thinking, Ya Allah, what do I do now? Do I get up? Because it's distracting me now. What do I do to help this guy, yeah? Do I go there, put him in the recovery position and walk straight back to my... What do I do now? And I thought, yeah, well, I've got to do something. Then I just got up and I waved to the invigilators that, look, take this man because we're distracted right now. And you can imagine...
We're distracted. Let's take this man because he needs a bit of help right now.
Well, he needs some help. At the same time, we need to get through. And I'm thinking, what do you do now? Are they going to take him away? Mate, paramedics came while we're still doing our exam. Everyone's still doing the exam. Paramedics were coming in and they whisked him away in a stretcher. And I thought, subhanAllah, that is a stress of an exam that can do. So God, that was adult.
Is it really that bad?
Some people do take it bad. Some people do.
Yeah.
Like myself, I enjoyed exams because you just have to prep for the exam. So you just do enough for the exam. You get your mindset right. You knew that you had to. There was an art to do an exam, and you do it. But then if you look at it, did that exam actually help me as a life skill?
Yeah.
No, it didn't. Did it actually give me what I learned for that exam? Did it give me the knowledge for me to take into my work? No, of course it didn't. Of course it didn't. So that's where what Halim's hinting towards is some sort of review needs to take place, especially with a little yard. I mean, my son, he's 4, 5, and I'm thinking you could see the mental well-being with the children now. That you've got to pay a lot of attention to them. I'm thinking, Putter, back in our day, we were given one toy that had to last for a couple of years. You're getting one toy and you can't even last for a couple of days. What's going on with you, mate? But with us, obviously, you've got to pay a lot of time and attention to them. And I'm thinking, he's 4 now. When he turns 9, 10, which is only a couple of years down the line, how is he going to manage an exam? You think, is that the right way? Which I praise Halim to raise that topic. That is such an important topic. But Halim, what can parents do? What can parents do to help aid that stress?
So the reality is, at primary school exams, are they going to affect that child? Is it going to affect the child's future? The reality is no. No. 100%. So go easy on it, because a lot of the pressures do come from home, especially parents who are from the sub-Indian continent or parents who are from the African continent. They go hard on the children. They want their children to come, I want my you sit there and parents saying, I want my child to come at the top of the class.
Very unrealistic expectations.
And you're just thinking, right, there's no such thing as top of the class. It's you're in a battle with yourself here. You're trying to you're trying to achieve a certain grade for yourself here. And so just go easy on your children, because it is exam time, and they are just children. Yes, they're sitting exam tests, and just let them know whatever the outcome is, it's not the end of the world. It's still going to be okay.
It's going to have no effect, no impact at all. So you can get 1 out of 100 or you can get 100 out of 100. It's not going to make any difference at all.
Well,
again, I thought it does. I would have thought, where they get. So we're talking about SATs now.
Yeah.
So from SATs, that will establish what level they're going to be at secondary school, right?
Well, to be honest, most secondary schools, it depends on the secondary school. But
because back in our day, it used to be 11 plus.
But most secondary schools are now, once you go into the secondary school, most secondary schools redo their tests anyway to group them. So once they start in September, are they going to remember the SATs test? Are they going to be looking at them? Not really.
Okay.
I mean, the secondary school might look at them just to see what sort of child they're getting. But
no, if the secondary school is going to look at them, then they are important.
But then it's not, because their child will still go to that secondary school. Even if that, like you said, if that child gets 1 out of 100 now and smashes it once he goes into secondary school or she goes into secondary school, what impact has that had on that child?
True, fair enough. But the key message, because we're going to steadily move on, the key message to all the parents out there during this stressful time for the children is, be positive for them. Make sure that, I'm pretending to be a counsellor here now. Make sure they eat well, sleep well.
Yep, that's essential.
This is essential.
No, you know what? Quick one. Quick one. What about actually exams in Ramadan? So there's GCSEs that are going to be going on. how do you basically, how does the child, I don't know if the child's going to be, well, some children are probably going to be fasting, some maybe not, but GCSEs, they certainly are going to be fasting.
Yep.
I mean, is there any tips that, I don't know.
I don't know. That's a hard one. I don't know. I guess.
No,
So actually, look, fasting during Ramadan,
Yeah.
your whole routine is going to be completely different.
Yeah.
How would you get by and obviously to continue?
From what I've seen, obviously I know what Halim's hinting towards. He's probably hinting that, okay, what's the scholarly kind of answer to this? And from what I've gauged from different scholars, there's a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
Some say don't pressure your children into the exam stress, and don't pressure them into the Ramadan. Let them focus on the exams and get that out of the way.
So don't pressure them into fasting.
But
that's a difference of opinion.
Of course, but that's a difference of opinion. Now, some scholars are saying, well, no, let them engage in their fasting. Let them feel the fasting.
And let them
do
fast
the
while
test.
they
Because that's part of normal life.
Have scholars actually said?
I've not heard that one.
I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard it. So it's interesting.
That's
Guys,
an interesting one,
before I move on, our competition seems like it's kicking off right now.
Yeah.
So what's happening is we've got
You know what? Because the number's not on the screen.
the numbers are not on screen because we have no station manager. Yeah, so we're
Yeah.
all So what we're gonna
But
do?
in the break,
what we're gonna do?
yeah.
What we're gonna do? We sort it out in the break. But for now, the people that want to enter, there's one lovely sister, Sister Anisa, who's commenting on the Facebook live chat of the Revive FM. So just to let everyone know, go on Facebook.com and type in Revive FM UK. And that basically will take you to the page, and you can then watch our lovely faces and enter yourself into the competition. What people have done is they've just start typing in the chat. So Anisa has typed her name and obviously put Manjurus. So let's start off like that. So anyone that who's listening in right now, who wants to win 2 passes, 2 meals,
2
vouchers,
vouchers,
whatever you call it.
2 munches, yeah,
Two
whatever you wanna
munches,
call it,
yeah,
yeah.
2 munches at, that sounds about
Yeah,
right.
that's
2
it,
munches at Manjurus, any iftar throughout the whole month. Just put your name in our Facebook chat for now, and then inshallah from there we will obviously decide what the next process will be. For now,
But every day there's gonna be
every day there's gonna be some sort of competition or whatever, because
so-
we're launching it, we're coming up with different ideas and so on. But for now, everyone that's listening in and that wants to enter into the competition, go and basically enter your name in the chat. So just put your name. If people just scroll up now, they can see what lovely Anisa's done. So just basically have a look at that and basically just enter it as much as you can, and then inshallah we will announce who will be the winner at the end of the show. And also we're going to have Brother Bilal who's coming in, who inshallah, as long as we can persuade him, I will arrange a free session with him as well. He's extremely busy, but a free session with one of the listeners as well. So keep an eye out on that as well. So we will launch that as well. So whoever wants some fitness tips and wants to be part of a fitness regime, Brother Bilal should be coming in soon as well. So to wrap up this segment of mental well-being, mental illnesses, mental stress during exams, obviously we were saying that the children, try to be positive with them, try to engage with them. Don't say to them, the classic is, isn't it, when the child comes back home and he says, and the parents ask him, Putter, how did it go? And he goes, naturally his humble response will be, you know what, I don't think I did that well.
And that's it.
And what do you say? I told you, Puttana, you're supposed to do this, bang, bang. That's it. This is what I told you. And then that completely dismantles them even more. We don't want to be going down that route. We want to, try to be positive for them, try to be, encouraging for them, try to create a space for them to study. It's Ramadan as well, make dua for them as well. And inshallah, they will produce the successes, what you would want for yourself as well, and for them as well, inshallah. So what we're going to do, guys, we've got Brother Bilal who's been waiting patiently for us in the studio, so we're going to get him in. We're going to just take literally a 2-minute short break, and please guys join us back. Inshallah, we will be having Brother Bilal here.
The number will also be on the screen.
And the numbers will be on the screen. We'll be launching the competition again. We'll remind everyone of the competition, but we will be right back after these short messages. So keep listening to Revive FM UK.
Hey, you must have heard it through the grapevine. The holy man coming soon. And I've been waiting for a long time. I think I just saw the moon. Now everybody fast and pray. Time to wash your sins away. You wanna celebrate with us? Then you gotta praise His name. Hey, it's Ramadan again. Hey, And tonight iftar inside my crib. Marhaban, akhi, bring the sambusas in. Be generous, you can bring a friend. Hey, from my people all around the globe, it's time to purify your soul. It don't matter if you're rich or no, we doing it for the one Lord.
Marhaban,
Marhaban,
Ramadan Kareem. Marhaban,
Marhaban,
Ramadan Kareem. Marhaban,
Marhaban,
Ramadan Kareem. Marhaban,
Marhaban.
comment ça va, les musulmans? C'est Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. Je n'ai pas le temps pour ton haram. Excusez-moi, I gotta go. Mama was cooking in the kitchen. Well, I smell so delicious. I gotta save my tradition. I gotta pray for forgiveness. Cause I know I gotta change the forgetting in the way, but I never go astray, yeah. Even when I was a kid, mama told me I should give and the Lord will prepare, yeah. So if it ever gets hard, count the blessings in your heart and you will find happiness. No matter if you're rich or no, we're doing it for the one Lord. Marhaban,
Marhaban,
Ramadan Kareem. Marhaban,
Marhaban,
Ramadan Kareem. Marhaban,
Marhaban,
Ramadan Kareem. Marhaban,
Marhaban.
I'm looking at my plate as I contemplate these kids who are living on one dry date. Ya Rab,
Hey, hey, you must have heard it through the grapevine. The holy month coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. And I've been waiting for a long time. I think I just saw the moon, saw the moon. Now everybody fast and pray. Time to wash your sins away. You wanna celebrate with us? Then you gotta praise His name. Hey, it's Ramadan again. Hey, and tonight iftar inside my crib. Marhaban, akhi, bring the sambusas in. Be generous, you can bring a friend. Hey, from my people all around the globe, it's time to purify your soul. It don't matter if you're rich or no, we doing it for the one Lord.
Marhaban,
Marhaban,
Ramadan Kareem. Marhaban,
Marhaban,
Ramadan Kareem. Marhaban,
Marhaban,
Ramadan Kareem. Marhaban,
Marhaban.
comment ça va, les musulmans? C'est Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. Je n'ai pas le temps pour ton haram. Excusez-moi, I gotta go. Mama was cooking in the kitchen. Well, I smell so delicious. I gotta save my tradition. I gotta pray for forgiveness. Cause I know I gotta change the forgetting in a way, but I never go astray, yeah. Even when I was a kid, mama told me I should give and the Lord will prepare, yeah. So if it ever gets hard, count the blessings in your heart and you will find happiness. No matter if you're rich or no, we're doing it for the one Lord. Marhaban,
Marhaban,
Ramadan Kareem. Marhaban,
Marhaban,
Ramadan Kareem. Marhaban,
Marhaban,
Ramadan Kareem. Marhaban,
Marhaban.
I'm looking at my plate as I contemplate these kids who are living on one dry date. Ya Rab, why do I complain? If they were in my place, they would think it's heaven. Grateful for their blessings, still being tested. Money or life, what is more precious? My people need more than that. And since we all one, we should all give back.
Give back so the world's gotta eat. For my people down in Africa, in the Middle East. Ramadan peace, giving unity. May God bestow His mercy on the community.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Drive Time with the Dream Team, mashallah. So we are here. Time is as usual short, but we're getting there. We've got a lot on. So we are joined in the studio with our lovely brother Bilal Gohar, who's a fitness instructor. and a nutritionist. A nutritionist is his key thing. He is currently the owner of Fit Fast UK and Rush Proof Meals. I would urge everyone to go on Instagram, Facebook, like them. You know, the work that they're doing is unbelievable. But firstly, let me start off by welcoming Brother Bilal. Brother Bilal, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you doing? Everything good?
Alhamdulillah.
Ramadan's good?
Very, very well.
This guy is alright. This guy.
You know what, bro?
Go on.
I haven't really done this live on it, but I'm gonna quickly pop out because I need to sort the screen
Cut me out, bro.
He's cutting me out. He's cutting him out. So what we're gonna do?
You cut me out,
You know what? Literally, we're just gonna put the break thing back up. Yeah. I'm gonna quickly pop out. I'm gonna sort that, and we're coming back because the station manager has legged it.
They legged it because he knew a challenge. But we continue, yeah? We can continue.
You want to continue?
Or do you want to take a 2-minute break to sort everything
you
out?
know what? Just
The wonders of community radio. The wonders of
okay,
community radio.
We'll put the break thing up. We'll put the break thing up. Yeah. We'll
Okay,
put the break
we've
thing
been
up.
told over there.
Back
that's it,
in,
yeah.
back in,
Okay.
approximately 60 seconds.
Back in 60 seconds.
Hey, you must have heard it through the grapevine. The holy man coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. And I've been waiting for a long time. I think I just saw the moon, Now everybody fast and pray. Time to wash your sins away. You wanna celebrate with us? Then you gotta praise His name. Hey, it's Ramadan again. Hey. And tonight iftar inside my crib. Marhaba, ahi, bring the sambusas in. Be generous, you can bring a friend. Hey, from my people all around the globe, it's time to purify your soul. It don't matter if you're rich or no, we doing it for the one Lord. Marhaban, marhaban, Ramadan, marhaban, marhaban.
Comment ça va, les musulmans? C'est Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Sorry we had a little technical difficulty. This always seems to happen in my show because maybe it's the viewerships. Revive FM cannot handle the boost of the viewerships that comes in maybe. Or I'm just talking to myself again. But yeah, that's what it is, mashallah. So we're back. Guys, keep listening in. We got Brother Bilal here just to give you guys a summary of the competitions. First competition, guys, put a message. You put a message. Is it on there on the thingy? Or should I just?
What's that? What message?
The number?
The number's up. So the number, yes. 0333 444 0940, and it's coming up on the screen now.
Lovely. So on the screen, you will see the numbers. You can call in anytime. Obviously, Bilal's here. He'll take your calls as well. But what we need to do is we need to request everyone that on the Facebook Live chat, get on there and mention Manjurus. And that will enter you into the competition.
You're not saying
Manjaros, bro.
You're not saying Manjaros.
I was about to say, what's my
Try
name?
saying it once. Try saying it.
What was it? Manjurus?
Manjaros.
Manjaros. But that doesn't
that's
sound
it.
desi to me.
Yeah,
That doesn't sound
It's not
desi.
desi.
It's not this.
Didn't you hear him? He said he's got an African twist to it.
You know what?
African
no,
flavours.
I'm that bad, I'm under control. The fitness guy, I don't eat. All I eat is vegetables and ande. That's it.
I'm sure you eat
I don't
chicken
know
as well.
what-
I'm
I don't
sure
know.
you eat chicken
Maybe
as
a little
well.
bit of chicken, but no,
Yeah, that's
I'm not allowed to eat jerk chicken. We'll get onto that. In a bit.
Wait,
But
phone call,
mashallah. So let's get the phone calls in. Assalamu alaikum, caller. You're live on Revive FM. Who's calling? Hello. I think the caller's got nervous.
Yeah.
Caller's got nervous. It's dropped. Okay, cool. So let's carry on. Okay, I'm gonna go straight into it because obviously it's getting we want to keep everything in point. But the two competitions, like I said, I want to mention quickly before we carry on, so at least we can build up the head of steam. Firstly, Manjaros.
Manjaros.
Oh, I'm
You
just
know
gonna point to you
what?
guys.
Yeah.
Sure. Whoever wants to win that, get on the Facebook Live chat and mention Manjaros, and inshallah, we'll get there. The second competition, which I think the reason why most of the staff today, most of the presenters today are not in the studio, because they know Moses is always up to something and always trying to get people to train, even though I don't look at the moment, but yeah, we're trying to get people to train. So we have Brother Bilal here. Inshallah, on behalf of myself, I would like to donate a session with Brother Bilal. It will be an important session, whether you're a sister, whether you're a brother. This session will be amazing because he will look at your diet plans, He will look at your nutrition, he will look at your body shape, and he will look at your gains, what you would want to achieve, and get that all in perspective and give you a plan. So if you can get a session with Brother Bilal, trust me, behind his smile, behind his nice nature, when he starts talking, there is a beast, and that beast wants to help other beasts come out. So inshallah, do enter this competition. I think, like people are saying manjurus, they should say fitness in the chat. So whoever says fitness, inshallah, we will give those. I'm just tempted just to throw it Ish Seti in the mix. I'm so tempted. But I'll hold that for now, and we'll go from there. But Brother Bilal, let's start off with yourself. Fitness instructor,
Of course.
As a young lad,
Yes.
what has made you decide that, yep, this is the goal, this is what I want to do, fitness, nutrition? What was it that made you decide that this is my career?
Do you know what? It's a funny story actually. I had an argument with my brother.
Oh, I can see what he's saying. I had an argument with him. I went to train and that's it. Pow, knocked him out.
No, he's younger than me. Oh, okay. It wasn't that. It's just that I couldn't stop hurting him. With brothers, as you always do, you end up fighting. You're always fighting.
Yeah.
And I got to a stage where obviously I've been through puberty now, so I'm a lot stronger than him. And he's still about maybe 13, 14. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with,
It's just too easy.
Yeah. Not just it's too easy.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm angry for no reason.
Yeah.
I was getting angry to the point where I was just getting headaches. I didn't know what to do with all my testosterone. So in the end, I think I said to my mum, I said, I think I was 16. I said, I've been to the gym before. I was like, can I sign up? I have no money. Do you know what I mean? So I had to go through my mum.
You knew as a young lad, hold on a second, I've got too much energy.
100%.
I need to burn this energy.
100%.
Well, I can't, my little brother's too boring now. I've gone past that level now. I need to come up to a level now where I'm just bored. So you, at that point, you thought, okay, sign me up to a gym, mum.
That's it, literally.
SubhanAllah.
It was literally something in me ticked. I mean, I've been once or twice before, don't get me wrong. I wasn't crazy strong or I was a little skinny kid and I just thought, I just want to do it. I just like, why not? It feels good.
Little skinny kid,
But trust me, back then I think I was about 52 kilos. I was
Wow.
a little twig.
Wow.
Very, very lean, and that was about it. So I signed up to the gym now, and I went from strength to strength. I think on the first or second day there, I think for a brand new kid to go to the gym, I was benching 50 kilos. That's basically my body weight. And I just started enjoying it. I started taking tips off everyone, people older than me, people who didn't know what they were doing. I was just taking tips. I was listening to them. I was listening here and there. I was trying to gain as much knowledge as possible. As you start something new, you want to be the best at it.
Yeah.
But I was going in the wrong direction. So eventually, one of my closest friends, who was actually a bodybuilder at the time, he was Muslim, and then he came out of the bodybuilding park because he realized that, what's going on here? Standing on stage in your underwear isn't probably the most halal thing. But he taught me a lot about muscle building, the different techniques, how to train the muscles, and just really make the most of it. Alhamdulillah, I learned a lot from him. And to be honest, if I'm honest with you, the first time I had a client, I wasn't even a fitness instructor.
Okay.
So I just wanted to help people. Brilliant. I've gained knowledge. Yeah, 100%. It was a
pass this
passion.
knowledge on, yeah.
And I didn't even consider doing personal training because I think you guys were speaking about this earlier, education-wise. Now, being Muslim and Asian and having a background of your parents being onto you constantly, I thought I had to do a degree. I didn't want to do a degree.
Yeah.
So I became a nutritionist. Now, if you look at nutritionists, they get paid peanuts. In the NHS, I think the max you can attain is about 25k.
No way,
Yeah.
serious?
Dietitians maybe about 30.
Okay.
So obviously I thought about being a dietitian. I was like, I'm going to be in an extra year of uni to get 5 more K a year. That'll probably be lost on tax anyways.
Exactly.
So I was looking at universities now. I went to London Met. I just wanted to stay in London. I didn't really want to go out. I didn't see the point in partying. I've never been that type of guy.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. So now I've done my degree and I still feel empty. I'm like, I don't want to go work in a hospital. Like, don't get me wrong, I love helping people. So what I did instead was I applied for work in a gym. And I got a job as a membership sales. And at the same time, I realized that they were doing 50% off what was it, 50% off their course. So I took the course at the same time.
So
So
was that a PT course?
yeah, PT course, and I've got my nutrition degree already. So I've already got one step ahead of everyone else. Because most PTs can nutritionally guide you, but they can't actually give you advice.
Give you advice, yeah.
So yeah, I ended up doing my PT course, and I was still personal training people without it. But I built up my clientele, and the reason why people liked me is because of my knowledge, I think, in the industry, mostly because of nutrition wise as well. You get a lot of good PTs out there, but nutritionally speaking, they don't know a lot. They don't know a lot about food. They don't know a lot about what you consume. It's kind of like a strict guide. They'll be like, you eat this much carbs and you eat this much protein. There's nothing else aside from that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They don't know why you consume those foods.
Yeah.
It's true. No, for me, this is the main reason why I took Bilal on, because food, I didn't realize how important it was.
How key
all
it
I
is,
thought
yeah.
was, all I thought when you're training or when you're getting diet is just give up on the sugary stuff, give up on your carbs, and basically just got protein. Just got full proteins, grilled chicken, greens, and that's it. That's all you're allowed to do. And I did that for about a good year. And when I met Bilal, and he goes, what are you doing here? And I thought, what do you mean what I'm doing? I've lost weight, I'm in wicked shape. And then he's like, no, your carb intake is terrible. And I thought, carb? That means I'm gonna put weight back on again? What's going on here? And that is the demotivation that I'm going through right now, because you go on Instagram, you go on all these, and you see the body, the gym guys
Ideal physique,
and whatever,
yeah.
and they've got the physique, and you're thinking, whoa, man. And then what do they do in their vlogs? They go and eat a pizza, or they go and eat chicken.
That's what I do.
And then you think, how is that? How
And
are
you're
you doing
thinking,
that?
"Yard, what's going on here, man? I don't understand this, because I work so hard to get to where I am, and he's pumping iron, yeah, and straight away he's going
And doing
just
bicep curls on the other end.
and he's doing a couple of bench
Pizza on the other
presses,
end.
and he's got a banging six pack, and you're thinking, does he do no cardio? I swear I've got to do mountain climbers when I go back to the gym. So what is actually going on here?
Yeah.
So I am struggling with this science right now, because obviously people know that myself, I've struggled with weight. It's been, a phase. You've
come a long way, alhamdulillah.
It's been
Five years
or
ago,
should I
it was
do
just
that way. It's in and
He's
out.
come a long way. He's come a long
Where
way.
the last couple of years, I've managed to get it under control. But where I want to achieve,
No, so now
in
you got
terms
to
of-
put on weight. Is that what it is?
apparently.
So you lost all that weight?
I won't say
No, now
yeah,
he's trying to
yeah.
put. Not trying to. We need to put muscle on Muz.
Yeah.
Like the first conversation I had, I looked at him and he sent me a picture of his transformation. I was like, "Mashallah, Allahumma barik. That's really good." But where's the muscle?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you've gone from one extreme to the other. Like you've kind of gone from a really like Western ideal of a perfect chubby man into a starving African child.
Eastern ideal. Eastern.
Sorry. Well, it's Western too. That if you
Because
look at
I get that a lot right now. Oh my God, the amount of people that will say to you, the older people generation, the older Eastern lot, what's happened to you, bro? You don't
look
you're not
healthy
eating.
anymore.
You're not eating. What's going on? Look at the state of you.
That's it.
Are you ill? And I'm like, oh God, man, you have to give a presentation that. And then you start thinking, am I ill? What is going? Am I actually ill here? But then you think, okay, you know what? No, I've earned this. So 100%. You have to break it down. But yeah, this is where Bilal is so crucial in terms of getting the diet, because I really didn't understand how important it is to eat. Like you can eat well to lose weight, but then eat well to probably gain the physique that you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even yourself, you was like so skinny back.
I
in the day.
was. What you're describing.
Yeah.
That was. I
You
was,
was
probably,
that?
I was probably that kid as well.
really, I was honestly.
But with that-
my bones were gonna break.
That was me. I was that kid with, literally. I was a twig, and then,
What happened?
cut out the
Just
whole.
start
I
training.
weren't angry or anything.
I think that was just me.
But
He was the younger brother.
I was the younger brother.
Oh, sorry.
I thought, you know what? I need to put them down.
You know, the funny thing is, my brother's taller than me now. He's just recently joined the gym.
He's coming for you, bro. He's coming for you.
No, but with me, I was always quite active.
Yeah.
So you can say the testosterone didn't let me sit still.
Oh, no, that's the thing. I've always been involved in sports. I was the little kid playing rugby, running past everyone because I was one of the fastest kids in school. But I remember someone hitting me and I bounced on my neck, and I was like, what is going on? I don't like this feeling. I might be really fast, but if I get caught,
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
pretty much screwed. So, I'd say that.
No, so you know what?
Yes.
Let's get to Ramadan.
Yeah.
We have loads of different kind of we have loads of different advice. Some people
course.
say do this. But in Ramadan, if you just wanna, you know what, just have all the fried stuff, but have it in a decent way. So not overeat. You know what, not overeat.
Okay, you know what?
This is how it is. You know what, I'm trying to get
I think
advice
he's
for
gonna
myself
look
now.
into it.
Yeah, so you know what, you want to have
Go
all the
peace,
fried
you know what,
stuff,
yeah.
all the fried stuff.
Yeah, go on. I'll let you finish first.
But you want to have it. You're not gonna overeat, yeah. But that's, you know what, it's Ramadan. You have to have it. Yeah, that's just the way it is.
You want to treat yourself.
You want to treat yourself.
You know what, that's just the way.
Before
it
we
is.
go to your lovely treat, I love the way you put that. I love the way you're trying to justify it.
Yeah,
I know.
Samosa, yeah.
You have
you're
to.
trying to justify it.
Okay,
But before Bilal, I'm going to go down. I'm going to give the viewers a chance to understand what we're doing here. Is Brother Bilal, mashallah, man. I don't know how he finds the time to do this, but he's made a nutritional guide. And before we go into that, there's a caller. So let's see what this lovely caller. I bet it's that call from Nigeria, mashallah. Let's see what happens. Assalamu alaikum, caller. You're live on Revive FM. Who's calling? Hello. Hello. Yep, I can hear you. Someone in the background. Hello.
Hello, I'm calling from Nigeria, my brother. Can you hear me?
MashaAllah, we've got a Nigerian brother.
MashaAllah.
Yes, brother, was it Julius, you said?
Yes,
Julius, that's right. So we've got Brother Bilal, the fitness instructor here. If I can quickly get your question from you, because we've got other people who we need to get back to as well. So if I could quickly get your question to Brother Bilal, who's our nutritionist and fitness instructor, and then inshallah we'll go from there. Brother Julius.
Hello. Yeah, I would like to know, during the month of Ramadan, what is the best technique for weight training?
Best technique for weight training. Brother Julius, thank you for your call. Inshallah, I'll get Brother Bilal to answer that question for you as well. Brother Wes. Yes, Brother Bilal. So, best technique to weight train during Ramadan.
Okay, so it's quite simple. Don't change your normal technique. Why are you changing your technique from every other day? If you're weight training, if you want to put on size, if you want to put on weight, why change it? Essentially,
You can see who's the professional here now. You can see who's a professional.
Essentially,
Yeah?
essentially during Ramadan, you do not want to change it, and we're supposed to go about our day as we would normally.
Yes.
You know,
Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
the Prophet
That's a good
advised
message.
this. Did I say that right? Advised this. You know, we're not supposed to change anything. During the battle of Ramadan, there were battles won, and we're shying away from training.
True.
So I believe you're doing a 10K challenge. Do you normally do that?
Oh goodness! I just had some sweat come out when that was happening. But guys, once again, competition is open. Competition is open. So I'm seeing a couple of people come up with some messages of Manjoros, and we've also got Brother Bilal here. Take advantage. Just put fitness in the chat, and inshallah you'll be entered into the competition automatically.
And you know what? In the text messages, I've just got a message. The spelling has to be correct. So if you're putting Manjaros and you're texting it,
What is
there's
it,
a
man?
few people that
Texting
have
as
text
Manjarus.
on the number, they're
Yeah.
not spelling it correctly. It's got to be spelled
Okay,
correctly.
we'll be
Come on.
flexible.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of messages coming up. There's a sister, Anisa, who's a foodie. She's a foodie. I don't know. What do they do? They commentate on food, right? So she's saying, why do I wear a hat?
What?
Yeah, that was. I
Indoors.
saw that, and I was gonna bring that.
Why
up.
do I wear a hat indoors?
Why does Tahir's dad wear a hat
now,
indoors?
you know, everyone knows.
His dad.
Everyone knows that this is this is Mos. He wears hats in the summer. He wears hats, whatever. Under here, I have not got a nice lock of hair. It's a complete bowl. So yeah, just to keep myself warm, and you know, it's
That's it.
fashion. It's fashion.
Could we get a look at it?
It's fashion. It's fashion. It's fashion. There you go.
Mashallah.
Complete bowl.
I don't think I've seen it either.
Even when I train with him, I've got a hat on as well. So yeah, fresh, bold, all the way around. But yeah, it's just a fashion. Bad habit. Yeah, this is me thinking that's what it is. But yeah, what Brother Bilal has done, as I was mentioning before the call, is that he's introduced a nutritional guide for Ramadan. So you've been doing this for the last couple of years, right? Because there was one last year.
Yes,
So what was
there
it?
was one. Okay, it's the one last year. Unfortunately, I was supposed to be doing it with a charity. I'm not going to mention them. However, they didn't set things up properly, and it looked so unprofessional.
Fine.
The year before that, we did it by ourselves
That's
completely.
right. That's exactly. I remember that. I remember
we
seeing
actually
that guide.
gave out. I think between us, we weren't even as big on Instagram. We gave out about 500 to 600 plans. Wow. Alhamdulillah, honestly. This year already, I think in the first day or so, I gave out 200 plans by myself.
You were non-stop. I remember that night.
It was
You was
really busy.
Yeah.
I barely remember that night.
Exactly.
I think I stopped sending them at 7 a.m. Alhamdulillah. But honestly, nutritional speaking, the difference between a nutritionist and a dietitian, I'll just explain that while you're going through the plan, is that a nutritionist is there for prevention. they're preventing the disease, which in my eyes is really important. Whereas a dietitian you go to after, you've got cancer, you've got diabetes. I'm not saying that they're not needed. Of course they're needed, but shouldn't more money be put into prevention? This is why I don't want to work with the NHS. I mean, I've done work with the NHS with a Fit for Life program. We've helped people in obesity to up to about 24% of fat levels. But just the word isn't out there. They're just all after dietitians. But the problem is we don't do anything to prevent this. People aren't, especially within ethnic minorities. This is what I work with. I work with ethnic minorities within the African community, the Caribbean community, the Arab community, the Asian community. We need knowledge. I mean, I think the funniest thing I've ever heard was someone said to me, I'm going to make scrambled eggs. Is that healthier? And I was like, yeah, how do you make it? They're like, I put in like half a cup of oil. I'm like, so what's the difference between that and fried eggs? They're like, no, but it's scrambled. I'm like, all you've done is scramble the eggs and add in a ton of oil.
Yeah, true.
People are that oblivious.
Yeah, it's true. This is it. We're coming to you, by the way. Don't worry.
That's what I'm waiting for, bro.
Don't worry, we're coming to you, inshallah. We're coming.
Do an ab check later.
So, like I said, Brother Bilal's introduced this guide, and it's already helping so many people to get hold of the guide. If it's not too late, Brother Bilal, come on your Instagram.
It's still on my Instagram.
And your Instagram is
at Bilal Fitfast UK.
There you go. So get contacting him, get contacting him, and he will send you this guide. But what we'll do is we'll go through the guide a little bit, just in terms of nutrition wise, because this is the beginning of Ramadan. People are slowly getting used to the whole fast and so on, and that's why it's even more important to look at what to eat. So this is where we've got Brother Bilal in, who's going to hopefully give us a segment on this as well. So starting off with Sari or Sahur. So what sort of things did you advise?
Okay, so for Sahur, I've recommended you get a good protein source in. So anything from eggs. Eggs. You could even go for a bit of chicken. Personally speaking, at Sahur time, I don't like that. I go for.
That's a bit much.
Yeah, eggs I don't mind. I'll have yesterday, for example, I had 3 full eggs and 2 whole milk toasts. Or whole grain rather, because it contains the whole grain, which I think I mentioned to you before.
Yes.
Eggs, I always keep the yolk in. People really shy away from the yolk recently. The reason being, we're actually, this country, I think from last time I checked statistics, about 99% of us are vitamin D deficient. And one way only to attain vitamin D in the very few foods we consume is through either fortified food, which is bread, or rice, or the best way is a natural source within the egg yolk.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
So
sounds
eggs,
good.
But what I personally prefer recently, what I've been enjoying, is oats. It's a good slow release carbohydrate. It releases the energy slowly throughout the day, and it makes you feel fuller. When you have eggs or something, it's not as filling. With oats, it's more filling. You feel a bit more full throughout the day, and it releases that energy slowly rather than getting a full bang.
I always
of
thought
energy.
with oats, it's just like as soon as you eat that oats, it just makes you so full.
Don't eat too much. That's the problem.
So, okay, there you go. Fair enough. Talking about stuffing, I guess what is your suhoor, Brother Wes?
You know what? I'll be honest. My suhoor these days is fruit and fiber.
Fruit and fiber. What do you have?
What is your fiber?
Fruit and fiber.
It's a cereal, bro.
Fruit and fiber is a cereal. Fruit and fiber.
I know what it is.
He doesn't know it is. Fruit and fiber and based just with milk. That's it.
What type of milk?
Blue lid milk.
Fair enough.
That's it. That's all I've been having.
So a lot of added sugar in fruit and fiber.
That's why he's only having, isn't it? Because he's getting his pleasure.
Because it's quite sweet if you think about it.
Yeah, I don't know, but you know what? I've just been on that. Like last year it was a lot of parathe.
For Sahur?
Yeah.
How do you hack that?
For
I'm not gonna lie,
Sahur,
bro. I'm guilty on that as well.
Seriously?
Yeah, before this year, my whole life, literally my whole life, I've been having,
Maybe on a weekend. Maybe on a weekend.
Better? Fruit and fiber or parathe?
Back to the paratha.
Fruit and fiber.
Yeah.
But what's even better is
go on.
it's a good source. So steel cut oats or rolled oats, no added sugar.
But is that really gonna keep you?
Yeah, 100%.
Are you not gonna be hungry throughout the day?
100%. I mean, if you have enough, obviously you've got to work out for your body what's enough to keep you full. Which is what I've done with Muz. I've given him a calorific, dense food Bible,
diet,
basically. Bible and stuff like that. But it's got your calories in there. It's got it's got your breakdown of what you should be having, what you shouldn't be having, at what times roughly.
Yeah.
Everything's broken down from how much proteins you need to have, from how many carbs you need to have, things you should avoid, things you should include, everything.
Now, Bilal, I was going to mention in the guide that we've created, there's no mention of quantity levels.
Yes.
So, for example, with eggs, is that?
I've done this deliberately.
I was just going to
Okay.
ask, is there a message?
no,
behind it?
I've done that deliberately.
Yeah.
Reason being is that the aim of this guide was to be sent to so many people. It's not going to fit a Awas
Exactly.
or you
Exactly.
or yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone's quantity level is completely different. I can't just say, okay, Muz, you need 15 eggs and I need 2 eggs, for example. It doesn't make sense. Everyone's body is different. Everyone's
Yeah.
body reacts differently. So
So someone will pick this up now. So, for example, let's say me and my wife pick this up,
Yeah.
and the wife naturally she's going to take less quantity. So, does she just have to work with it and say, okay, I can handle 2 eggs, or how would
I think you've got to be sensible with this as well. Again, you don't want to stuff yourself where you're feeling. You know, I see this a lot. I've seen personal trainers. This bugs me. These apparent personal trainers who know apparently so much about health, stuffing themselves to the point they're bloated and then they miss their fajr, or they can't go out and go and pray their fajr in the masjid.
That's right. Yeah.
And for me, the reason I made this plan is to help people maximize their ibadah during this month. Maximize their worship.
So
You know,
there's a
through
sunnah
health-
behind it as well.
100%.
Okay.
Through healthy food, we can maximize our worship. That's what it is. You know, if you go bloated, you go to the masjid for tarawih, you're not going to want to go. You're not going to want to go. You're going to be like, are you going to be burping? Everyone next to you is going to be like, oh. You know what I mean? They're going to be disgusting.
You hear that a lot. Oh,
You
yeah.
hear that. And then the worst ones is the brothers who blow it. They burp and they blow it.
And you know what? The thing is, they don't just blow it straight. They blow it to the side as well. They're like, and it's like directly coming at you. I don't know. You know what? It's a skill. It's a skill. The way they blow it. It's like, and you know, and the way that it's like, not only next the person, like 3-4 people down, they all like get a whiff of that. So
Yeah, I can see how much it bugs you. That's lovely.
Just want to remind the listeners, the viewers,
Yeah.
where they can.
Yeah, of course. So you can.
View the slide?
So it's on my Facebook or on my Instagram, and
Yep,
it is
do you wanna just let us
at
know what that is?
Bilal Fitfast UK.
So it's Bilal Fit Fast.
That's fine. Inshallah, we'll send a message out later as well so that everyone can, get in contact with Brother Bilal as well. So that'd be good as well. But Bilal, you mentioned a bread in your
Yes.
suhoor as well. So obviously, bread is always most trainers,
They stay away from bread.
They stay away from that.
But most
what's your take on that?
not most nutritionists. Most trainers don't know what a good source of bread is.
Yeah,
So
because I've always heard,
There's
like, you
nothing
even
wrong with
you even watch YouTube clips
Yeah.
from.
well, if you're going for white bread, of course,
yeah, white bread, but
even brown bread. Did you know most brown bread in this country is actually dyed brown? It's actually
wow.
not.
Is it?
It's actually
White,
not.
it's dyed brown.
Yeah, it's not whole grain or it's not wholemeal. So I don't recommend any of these. I recommend an original source of bread, which is like a good rye bread. If you feel rye bread, have you ever felt?
nasty, man.
It's not nice, but it's dense. It's dense.
It's not.
That's gains right there, bro.
so basically, bread like the big brands that you get from.
100%. They're not good qualities of bread. They're not.
Okay.
Okay, so original source of bread would be like similar to rye. Actually, I think it's sourdough. In fact, sourdough bread. That's how.
Where do we get this from?
You've got to go to a better shop. So
Do you know what? Would you get in your local Tesco's, your local Sainsbury's?
Sainsbury's might do it actually. Sainsbury's quality of bread, from what I've seen, is a lot better quality.
I mean, what we do is we have a bakery.
bakery, I remember you saying.
Yeah, so they make the fresh bread. So
Okay.
you get a lot of these bakeries and shops and whatever, and they actually make the fresh bread, and it's a granary.
Yes.
So it's full with that, and it's brown. So for me, I think that's.
Is it coloured brown or is it actually?
How do you
whole
know
grain?
it's brown?
Did you ask them?
Okay, I'll ask him next time.
Always ask about food.
Yeah.
Guys. Don't be shy about
Yeah.
that. Always ask. I think it's really important.
So the winner of the competition that you just mentioned will
Yeah.
be getting all of this advice from.
So yeah, so the initial session, the first session, I sit down with him, to understand what they do.
Yeah.
He will obviously look at that and say, if it's, let's imagine, I'll give you a scenario now. If Ish Seti decided to do a session with Brother Bilal, Brother Bilal will, it will take half an hour for Brother Bilal to work out what exactly is in front of him. Yeah. So, once he works that out, then obviously from there, he would say, okay, you know what, mate, you need quite a few sessions. So, that's what happened. But where someone like Brother Halim, who's quite fit, who's into his sessions already, he may come to Brother Bilal and say, you know what, I'm just looking for that extra gain. Then he can obviously diagnose them according to that and prescribe them. So yeah, the first session, the initial session where they can have a chat with him and maybe even have a session with him, that is what we're offering.
Okay. If
people
you
out there as well.
if you remind the viewers and the listeners,
Sure.
how do both competitions?
So both, yeah. So we're coming to the the end part of the show. So again, the two ways to enter the two competitions that we've set up. Can you believe this is
Yeah,
drive
that's it.
time,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
This is drive time. The dream
Always
team,
competitions,
the self-made
there's
dream
always-
team,
yeah.
are not the dream team for no reason, So we've got two competitions. So first competition is the iftari one.
Yeah.
So to enter that competition, you either text the number that has been displayed on the Facebook Live chat,
Yeah.
or you just put a message up to say Manjaros, and basically that is how you would enter.
Is it
Manjaros, bro.
I've got a laugh. I was waiting for a
Manchula
laugh.
from Simpsons? Manchula from the Simpsons. Apu's wife.
Probably that's what it is, yeah. So yeah, to enter the competition for Manjaros, that is the way to do it, by just mentioning that name, and you would be entered into the competition for a free iftar meal. If you want a session,
You know what?
with
If they
Brother
can,
Bilal,
you know what? I've just got a message. If they can, the number that's on the chat, because
Yeah.
they need to send their email as well. So
Okay.
basically, write the email down. So the vouchers, whoever wins the competition, the voucher is sent to their email, and they can go to Manjaros.
Fine.
and
So
obviously
if
show
you
that.
text the number which is on the Facebook Live chat, so go to facebook.com Revive FM search, and basically in the chat you will see a number 07851 391 365, and just basically text your name and your email address, and that will automatically enter you into the Manjaros competition.
better.
So
Get in
there, and that will get you into the competition for that, and we will announce it when the Sheikh Brother Abdul Basit comes in. We'll announce it then, and inshallah, if you want a fitness session with Brother Bilal, just enter fitness in the chat, in the Facebook chat, and inshallah I will launch it anyway. But either way, I think I'll pick a victim. If no one comes forward, I'll pick a victim to go through it, because it is priceless. It's a solid time to have with Brother Bilal. If you get that time with Brother Bilal, it is very advisable. Very advisable.
I've got you next, don't I? I've got you next.
You can see why I'm bigging him up, innit? You can see why I'm bigging him up. He's actually training me after this show.
We're
so
training
yeah,
before iftar, inshallah.
Before iftar, that's the plan. That's the plan. So that brings us nicely on to the iftar meals,
Of course.
and obviously training as well. So if we can hopefully get those in as well. So iftar, how does
So-
Bilal do his iftar?
What I do personally,
Yes.
I go to the gym before iftar. I actually
Okay.
recommend it. A lot of personal trainers, you might be dehydrated, you might be
Yeah.
depleted. They don't understand how amazing the human body is. So, did you know that the human body can go 2 weeks without food, but only 2 days without water? So, 2 days is plenty of time to fight, man. You know what I mean? So it's enough to, as I always say this, don't go as intense as normal, but don't be afraid of lifting up some heavy weights. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, the way I see it is that, as I said earlier, the Sahabi and the Prophet Muhammad they were fighting battles during the month of Ramadan, and they won them.
Subhanallah.
And we're scared to literally do a little 45-minute, an hour training session. They're like people warning you off this. No, don't do this. Don't do this. Like, SubhanAllah, what kind of cowards? What kind of people have we become?
You see that it's coming out now, isn't it? You see.
I can see it.
You coward. The beast is there, man. I'm telling you, the beast is there.
But are there any benefits in training at a
Fasted
fast?
cardio is great. So it's not even fasted cardio. So already you're burning into those fat storage. Obviously, that's what I'm saying. You've got to lower your repetitions. You don't want to be eating into your muscle. But again, remember, whatever you've done now, you've trained 45 minutes to an hour before iftar. You've come home, you've made your dua. You got maybe 10 minutes to make dua, read some Quran, whatever. Now you're gonna have your iftar. The first thing you want to do is have your dates. What dates do? There's insulin spikes.
Source of
80%
energy,
of dates are sugar, good natural sugar. So it's going to go straight back into your glycogen level, your glycogen storage, and it's going to fill up those muscles again, and you're going to be pumped. Do you know what I mean? This way it doesn't make sense. And then you're going to have water. Where does that go again? Back to the muscle. Then you're going to have something fast releasing carbohydrates, basmati rice, or you guys have to say it. One of you say it.
Basmati.
There you go. Sorry, in school or university, they've made sure that we say basmati.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a faster release rice, but it's got a slower release. It's got a lower glycemic index, which means it's slightly less in sugars and stuff than other rice, and it's going all to the muscle again. So you've got nothing to lose. If anything, it's going to make you mentally stronger and physically stronger. Imagine training on a fasted state and you're banging those weights. And then you go back to training afterwards.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I remember last year I was training like that as well, but I was doing more cardio work, and it wasn't weight training work. So I was smashing out that, and I thought, yeah, this is brilliant. But now I'm thinking weight training.
So you know what you're
Muslims
used to
don't
see,
gain.
like the dates goes into certain the sugars go. So where does the samosa juice?
The samosa goes straight,
Where does that go? Into the tail in it.
that goes
No, they
straight
must
to the
do-
stomach.
Yeah.
And that reacts really badly with acid in there because you've got nothing else in there.
No, but you know what? If you're having other foods as well and you're having the fried food, because
So-
I think that's
Okay, let's break it down.
Abbas wants his fried food.
Let's do it.
Yeah. He wants his fried food.
So Hord, we've established that you have fruit and fiber,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a cereal, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's reasonably happy with that, but
Ish.
there's a concern.
okay,
There's a
yeah.
concern with the sugar.
There is.
So now iftar, what does a was sit?
Iftar, you know what? I'll tell you for example.
Honestly.
you know what? Yesterday,
Yeah, go on,
I
tell me what you had yesterday.
I had pasta.
Have you got a picture of it?
No, I don't.
Most people take pictures of iftars now, don't they?
No, so I had pasta. No, so I started off obviously with kajur.
Started off with pasta,
kajur,
okay.
water.
Yeah.
After that, watermelon.
Alhamdulillah.
After that,
It's not a
it
bad
was,
start.
After that,
It gets bad now.
so pasta, coleslaw.
Yeah. Oh, God.
What else was there? There was one other thing. There was something else that I can't remember what it was. There was one other dish as
Couple
well.
of samosa pakore.
No. Yesterday there was no samosa pakore. There
Okay,
was
your
one other dish.
typical day.
Hold up.
Your typical day.
There's one
Oh,
other
us. How long will you eat?
Oh, his brother just come in just to confirm that.
That's what it was. Samosa
God.
chaat. Yeah, samosa
Chaos,
chaat and a milk
samosa.
pakore. That's it. Yeah.
How long? I got a question for you. How long were you eating for?
Now,
Because it sounds like you were going on for
maybe a few
ages.
years ago that would have went. I would have been eating for about an hour. Yeah. Now, that's probably about 15 minutes, just a normal meal. So I didn't overeat.
Normal meal.
Did you miss Maghrib last year?
No. So I didn't overeat, but I ate.
Trying to
But it was just
justify it.
just-
You can see
just-
trying to justify it.
Yeah, he's trying his best. He's trying.
It sounds like you miss Maghrib every year.
So obviously prayed. Yeah, so 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I was done. It was a good meal.
So you sped up eating? No.
No, just,
Okay.
just normal. So in terms of what I ate, obviously I didn't overeat, but maybe I didn't eat the right things. But is that okay?
So again, nutritionally speaking, what a lot of people don't know is that we chew too fast. A lot of us chew our food too fast, and we end up overeating without realizing it. So one thing that helps is saying your ABC to Z, basically for each bite, and
Yeah.
basically what it does, yeah.
Okay.
And I know it sounds weird, but it sends more saliva down with the food, so it makes you feel fuller. We're actually feeding we don't realize, but we're overeating most days. We just don't know it. I bet none of you know what your basal metabolic rate is.
No idea.
So essentially, your basal metabolic rate is what your body burns while you're in a resting state. So you're doing nothing. I can tell you mine right now. Mine's 1900 calories. I could be sitting here doing nothing. I'll be burning 1900 calories. They're quite high, by the way.
The what? Say that again. You're right now. You're burning 1900 calories.
Literally. No, well, not literally.
No,
like
within
that.
24
Throughout
hours.
the day.
Within 24 hours.
Yeah, within
1900
yeah.
calories.
I've got a very fast metabolic rate.
Yes, I think I have as well. But how do you calculate?
Yeah.
it?
So honestly, the easiest way to do it is go online. These ones aren't as accurate. I had a really good machine to do this, but they're pretty decent.
Okay.
You know, if they're 100 calories over, it's fine. You can drop it. But you go online and it asks you for your age, if you're a male or a female, your activity level, and it will give you a rough idea. And your weight, obviously, your height, things like that will affect it. Again, your activity level. Say, for example, Mus, we're adding to his now, and it says 1500 calories that he burns. So for you to add on weight or muscle even, you'd have to be in a calorific surplus. You'd be having to eat more than what he burns. So maybe even 1600 calories. You know, it doesn't have to be a huge amount because you don't want it to put on too much. You don't want it to put on fat. Now to burn, all you need to do is have a calorific minus or a deficit rather of 100 calories, 50 calories, just small amounts. Take it small. So I'm not asking you to eat ridiculously small amounts.
Yeah.
So,
And there's also a thing now called intermittent fasting,
Yes,
which
there
is
is.
getting quite popular.
Intermittent
What's
fasting.
your intake on that?
it's a great thing. Intermittent fasting is basically
What is that? What's
So-
So
intermittent
it's,
fasting, go on.
from what I understand, it's you fast for 16 hours.
Yep.
And
you eat for
you have
another
you have an 8-hour window to
Window.
eat.
Yeah.
But there's only so much that you can eat in that 8-hour window. So would you be?
So it's a bit like Ramadan.
it's basically like
But it's
An
not
easier version.
But it's not Ramadan hours.
it's an easier version.
Or
way
more
easier
of a
version.
winter version of
Yeah,
Ramadan.
but you can have what you can have during it is black coffee. You
Yeah.
can have water. You know, you can drink.
Yeah, you can
have amino acids,
You can have your fluids,
things like that.
but no calories.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
If it's got 0 calories in it, you're more than welcome to have it.
Yeah.
So a lot of these things if you don't know, coffee on an empty stomach, you're gonna sit on the toilet for ages. You're gonna get anxiety and you're gonna get stomach issues.
Okay.
So in that part, it's not great for on an empty stomach, but it does.
You know
help.
what? That makes sense. Now I know what my nephews. yeah, now.
Now you understand, yeah?
Yeah, now I understand. Okay.
Okay, so coming to the end. So first of all,
Yes.
now you've heard the diet plan from Brother Awas.
I wanna
Obviously, Smose Pokore and all this, you know, it seems like he's still struggling with that. I think our Brother Awas feels something coming.
I think so too.
I think a challenge is coming.
I feel it.
I think the challenge is coming.
He's
It seems
trembling.
like you get away with it.
He's
so
trembling.
Can we get Brother Awas to do a food challenge
For 3 days.
for 3 days?
Minimum.
What?
And it has to be recorded.
Yep.
And pictures have to be sent
And you
to
have to
Brother Bilal
add
or
me.
myself.
I'm
What's the
sure
challenge?
I'm
What's
sure
the
his wife's
challenge?
listening.
What's the challenge?
So-
Follow the guide. Follow the guide.
Follow the
Depends,
nutritional
I have
guide.
to look at the guide. What's in the guide?
You've heard from the discussions that he's been saying. Let's do it, man. Let's do it all together. Because I've been struggling with it as well. I'm about to
I
struggle.
put them
I'm
up
about to
daily
start.
on my Instagram.
Let's do it,
what
man.
I'm eating,
Okay, let's
what
do
my
it.
clients are eating.
Okay. Is chicken allowed?
Chicken is
Yes.
allowed. As long as
That's it. It's all good.
it's all good.
But it doesn't mean you
Wait,
put
wait,
chicken.
hold on.
doesn't mean
What type of chicken? What type of no. What type of chicken?
You don't
are we
get
talking
chicken.
Chicken silent.
Oh no.
You don't
I'm
get
talking
chicken
about
and turn it into
grilled
pakora or
chicken.
anything like
No,
that.
no. Obviously, grilled chicken.
Grilled chicken, yeah.
Grilled chicken is good.
No fried chicken. No KFC. No.
Yeah. You know what? That's gonna be just before, just after.
All right, let's do it, man.
After 3 days.
Let's do it. Come on. After 3
Yeah,
days.
yeah,
Both of us.
from when? From when?
From when?
From today.
No, from
he hasn't prepped. He hasn't prepped. He hasn't
He's
not mentally prepared for that.
Okay, from today's sahur. Tonight's sahur.
That's plenty of time.
We'll do it from. Let's start from Monday.
Monday?
Monday.
Yeah,
Why
Monday.
does everyone on Monday?
Monday.
Guys, I've
so
got just one point for you. What if we're not alive tomorrow?
Alhamdulillah.
So be it.
What can we do?
So be it.
What can we do?
You ran away.
Alright, Monday.
got away with
Monday.
it.
Monday.
inshallah.
Monday's written.
Monday,
Monday
yeah.
is confirmed. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
So all the info. Where can I get all the info from? So
I've got all the info here. Lovely. I'll send it to
If
you.
Muz can send it to you, or if you've got me on Instagram, I can send it to
Yeah,
you
that's
guys.
fine. You know what will be a
Monday,
good thing?
Tuesday,
You know
Wednesday?
what I would want to. Yeah, I would maybe want to do something. Obviously, you got the
Inshallah.
whole month.
Exactly.
And,
exactly.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we do the
Yeah.
plan, and Thursday we review when we do the next show. So
Yeah.
that'll be good, inshallah. So we'll do
Yeah.
that as well. So that's going to happen there. Now, again, competition open. My battery's about to die, so keep an eye out. I think a couple of people are starting to enter
Yeah,
the fitness one as well now.
there have been a few,
So inshallah, a reminder again. OS, if you remind everyone, because I can't pronounce, so I'm going to struggle
So
again.
Manjavos to win to win 2 free vouchers at Manjavos. You just got to text the number which is on the screen, isn't on the screen, which is on our Facebook feed, and the number is 07851 391 365. You need to just text your name, your email, and that's it. And then we'll basically pick a random winner from there.
Perfect.
And you'll be emailed 2 vouchers, 2 Manjavas, and we're actually running this competition every day. Every day there will be different questions that will be coming up. But for the first day, very simple. Just text your name and your email, and we'll basically select a random.
Perfect. And the fitness challenge is that all you do is mention fitness in the Facebook live chat, which I see a few people are taking up. And inshallah, we will choose a winner at the end as well, inshallah. So that's that as well. So, Brother Bilal, coming to the end,
Of course.
in terms of training. So, obviously, you recommend iftar, just before iftar is
Yeah.
the right time to train. Would you say people slightly take it easier, or
So
would you
I'd say,
would you
don't
you
keep
know,
it as high intensity.
yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
sense. Don't keep it as high intensity. You know, you can still get
I
a
mean,
good
you
workout.
wouldn't set a goal of, okay, you know what, during Ramadan I'm gonna gain. I'm gonna
Okay,
gain,
so 2
gain.
years ago,
Yeah.
going back on that point, I actually got stronger during Ramadan.
Wow.
Okay.
And I put on a little bit of weight, not massive amounts.
okay.
It was just because I was training at the right time, consuming the right foods, and I knew my calorie intake. I knew what I had to be consuming to be holding that a certain weight. And I actually remember, I think I had 65 kilo dumbbells in each hand on the incline
Wow.
press. Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
60
Wow.
by myself, 65 I needed a spot. I'm not gonna lie, my bones felt a bit. But alhamdulillah, like your strength does not go. My focus is better in Ramadan. If anything, I'm enjoying training more again. I'm actually
You looks like you've got a new spring in your step right now when you're looking at his Instagram videos. I'm thinking, I'm just trying to get used to Ramadan. This man is pumping iron, and I'm thinking, subhanAllah, man, look at that.
And another reason I recommend it is that, you know, you've now got your iftar and you've prayed your maghrib. You can go to your isha, you can relax, you've got your tarawih, you've got your night for reflection, for worship. You can go for your qiyam al-layl, you can go For your Fajr, you can get extra Quran. And why waste time during the night? This is for me. I love training. Why waste your time during the night when you could be worshipping? Which is, this month is about worship.
Yes.
Yeah.
But,
Absolutely.
and making our normal lives part of Ramadan. It's not about accommodating for Ramadan. It's about including our normal lives in Ramadan. I don't believe in all of this. Oh, I'm going to train around it, this and that. Don't be weak-minded. Don't be a little, a little boy or girl. Keep working hard, and that's it.
Mashallah, no, I totally agree with that. And obviously, part of your routine, or part of your job or career, you obviously train sisters as well, right? Is this something
I
that
do
you
train sisters mostly
How do you-
online.
okay, fine.
I don't really train sisters in person.
Okay.
Depending on how things are, but yeah, I do try and train these sisters. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I suppose your message to them gets given to sisters who are,
Yeah.
who right now in Ramadan, by the way, I think this is an opportunity for you to, your wife is listening as well.
He's married.
Alhamdulillah.
Oh, mashallah.
And, this is a great opportunity for you to, praise your wife because, they're looking after the children.
Yes.
They're working. They're making
of
out.
everything,
They're
a bit
making
of
out
everything,
iftaris.
yeah.
And some of them train. Some of them,
Yes,
find
I've
time
had.
to
You know
train.
what? I've actually had more messages from a lot of sisters asking me for plans for their husband. Well, no, for themselves as well. You'd be surprised how many sisters are up for training,
Yes.
and they want to do it for themselves.
Yes.
They don't
Yeah.
care about other
Yes.
people.
Yes.
But a lot of sisters, they're like, my husband, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Please send me the plan.
The sisters,
All he wants is pakora and samosa.
Is that what happened with him?
Oh, was it?
Is that what happened with him?
Yeah. I think I was at that show, wasn't I?
exposed. But what I'm saying is the sisters, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, if you go to the gym,
They're
boy,
on it, man.
I'm telling you, this is half the reason why I'm demotivated because I'll turn up. and I'm
training harder than
okay,
the
it's
men.
time to lift weight, yeah? And man, I'm telling you, these women are lifting some weight. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to come even more earlier so no one sees me because look at this, man. It's just crazy, the amount of power and strength that they
100%.
seem to be getting on now.
I think women underestimate themselves. The gym isn't just for men. If you want a good physique, do it for yourselves and for your husbands. You know what I mean? That's what. And for husbands, you lazy guys with big bellies, it's not part of the sunnah. It's not part of the sunnah to have a belly. Umar radiallahu anhu came up to a man after Jummah prayer, and he actually said to the man, and he pointed at his belly, and he said, "What is this?" And the man grabbed his belly and said, "This is a blessing from Allah." And Umar, you know what Umar was like? He stuck it on him. He was like, "No, this is a curse. It's not part of us to be overweight, unhealthy. Remember, our body is a gift from Allah. We're supposed to take care of it. It's an amana. You know what I mean? It's a trust. Just like everything else. If you have a car on lease, if you're gonna send it back and it's got a scratch on it or something wrong with the interior, they're gonna charge you for it.
True.
What about our bodies? True. We're gonna get extra charges, but Allah, our body, our eyesight, our body, everything Allah has given us is a blessing. We've got to take care of it and maintain it.
Mashallah.
Mashallah.
You know what? I was going to ask Bilal for a closing message.
Bro,
That is a
thank you.
closing message, man. Mashallah. You know
Mashallah.
what? Excellent message about looking after yourself as well. So, Awais, I think there's a competition winner. So, I'm going to let you announce who is going to have the session with Bilal. And then, inshallah, we will then draw this session to a close. And we've got Brother Abdul Basi, who's patiently been waiting since 5 o'clock.
The competition
So,
winner for the
fitness session. Fitness session.
Yes,
so we're going to release that. So who's the winner?
The competition winner for the fitness session is Avas Anwar.
That's not you, is it?
No,
Is that you?
That's not me. I'm gonna say Avas.
I was like, yes, kill him.
No, Avas Anwar. He's the winner for the fitness session, and
I
inshallah,
look forward to seeing
Bilal will
Awais,
be getting
inshallah.
in contact, or we'll get
If you get Awais to contact me,
Yeah.
and then inshallah I'll get them to get
Okay,
collect.
yeah. So someone from the Revive FM team will
Yes.
get in contact with Avas, and we'll basically.
Congratulations,
take
Brother
it
Awais,
from there.
and good luck, and good luck.
Yeah,
that's what I can say.
You're gonna need
Good
it.
luck, inshallah.
That's it. And,
So it's-
and with the Manjawas competition, inshallah, we'll be announcing that today or tomorrow.
we announce it today when we've
Okay.
got what we'll do is we'll take literally a minute break,
Yeah.
and we'll get Brother Abdul Basit ready.
Yeah.
We'll do the last session,
Yeah.
and then I need to then jet off and get
Tiga,
get
battered.
kicked, get battered.
That's it.
So inshallah, that's what's the plan. So guys, keep listening to Revive FM. Once again, Brother Bilal, thank you so much for your time to come down and
Thanks for
inshallah,
having me.
spread your knowledge as well as spread your motivation as well. Inshallah, hopefully it inspired others to train and get in touch with Bilal as well. Guys, keep listening to Revive FM. Inshallah, we'll be back after these short messages. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Hey, you must have heard it through the grapevine The holy month coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. And I've been waiting for a long time. I think I just saw the moon, saw the moon. Now everybody fast and pray. Time to wash your sins away. You wanna celebrate with us, then you gotta praise his name. Hey, it's Ramadan again. Hey, and tonight I've got inside my crib. Marhaban, bring the sambusas in. Be generous, you can bring a friend. Hey, from my people all around the globe, it's time to purify your soul. It don't matter if you're rich or no, we doing it for the one Lord. Marhaban, marhaban, Ramadan, marhaban, marhaban, Ramadan, marhaban, marhaban, Ramadan, marhaban, marhaban.
Comment ça va, les musulmans? C'est Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. Je n'ai pas le temps pour ton haram. Excusez-moi, I gotta go. Mama, what's cooking in the kitchen? Well, I smell so delicious. I gotta save my tradition. I gotta pray for forgiveness. Cause I know I gotta change, the forgetting in the way, but I never go astray, yeah. Even when I was a kid, mama told me I should give and the Lord will repay, yeah. So if it ever gets hard, count the blessings in your heart and you will find happiness. No matter if you're rich or no, we're doing it for the one Lord.
Marhaban, marhaban, Ramadan, marhaban, marhaban, Ramadan, marhaban, marhaban, Ramadan, marhaban, marhaban.
I'm looking at my plate as I contemplate. There's kids who are living on one dry date. Why do I complain? If they were in my place, they would think it's heaven. Grateful for their blessings, still being tested. Money or life, what is more precious? My people need more than that. And since we all one, we should all give back.
Give back so the world's gotta eat. For my people down in Africa, in the Middle East. Ramadan peace, giving, unity. May God bestow his mercy on the community. It's about charity, we gotta start spending. Hashtag Ramadan, make it top trending. It don't matter if you're rich or no, we doing it for the one.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the last segment of the drive time. Can you believe, mashallah, the time has flown by once again with your dream team in self-made dream team in-house. And everyone that's watching on Facebook Live right now, guys, just to remind everyone, we are going to literally coming to the last few minutes of the competition. So we've already sorted out the fitness competition. That's sorted. Brother Awas Anwar, get in touch with me. Inshallah, we will get that fitness session booked in with you. With the second competition, the main competition, the 2 iftar tickets, vouchers, meals to Manjaros is mashallah almost coming to a close. Everyone's been told what to do. Please get those last messages in. In the meantime, I will get our managing director Ismail to message us who the winners are. But keep messaging right now. This is your last few minutes literally before we come to a close there. Now, mashallah, we are joined. This is a great. This is where we all get serious now, boys. This is where we get serious. So we are joined by Brother Abdul Basit, who doesn't like to be called Sheikh, but Brother Abdul Basit, we will call him, who has joined us in the show. Who is, Revive FM this year, they didn't do Ask Imam section, so we thought, let's take advantage. We've got Brother Abdul Basit, who truly love his company, truly enjoy his presence. We thought we'd get him down and see we do a couple of these questions and talk about Ramadan, the importance of Ramadan and so on. So first of all, Brother Abdul Basit, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
How are you doing?
How are you doing, bro?
How's everything going? Everything good?
Alhamdulillah.
Ramadan's going good for you as well?
All's good, alhamdulillah.
Okay,
Great.
let's get straight into it because of the time. So I'm gonna as part of respect, and I notice you've got the knowledge is there, so I'm gonna leave it to you to start it off. But then there's a couple of questions that have come in from the viewers and myself as well, so inshallah we'll raise those as well. But for you to start off your Ramadan message, now.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa barik sallim. So first of all, inshallah ta'ala, I'd like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this great blessing, alhamdulillah, that He's made us from the ummah of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. That's the greatest blessing. This deen, Brother Muzammil, Lawaz, Abdul Halim, is just, you know, it's just amazing. I was speaking to Brother Bilal earlier on, and what we've got is, you know, people out there, they don't know what they're missing on.
Subhanallah.
So first of all, amongst the ummah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then the Quran and the month of the Quran, Shahr Ramadan, alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran. Month of Ramadan is the one in which the Quran was revealed.
Yeah.
So a blessing upon blessing. They also say Nurun ala Nur.
MashaAllah.
Light upon light. We got everything, alhamdulillah. You know, one ayah that I just mentioned, the most famous ayah about Ramadan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, Kutiba alaykumus siyam. Siyam has been, Kutiba means like, has been written for you, prescribed, from kitaba. Like, you know how you have kitab? Katib is the one who writes. Maktub is what is written. Kutiba, it has been prescribed for you. Kutiba alaykum as-siyam kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum, like it was prescribed to those before you. La'allakum tattaqun, so that you may become people of taqwa.
SubhanAllah.
Taqwa means God consciousness, piety. Be aware of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, when sometimes non-Muslims ask us, what's the point of Ramadan? Some people say, oh, it's to help us maybe, you know, get more healthy, or think about the poor,
And all the rest of it.
Okay, that's all good. That's
But
all,
the main
you know,
reason, the main purpose
is
to gain taqwa.
to gain taqwa.
SubhanAllah.
And we know, alhamdulillah, when we fast, people ask, how can you do that? And it must be really strenuous, it must be really draining. It's like,
Yeah. Funnily enough, I was just talking to one of my work colleagues the other day, and I was telling her that, yeah, so I'm fasting for this amount of hours, and I'm lacking sleep, but alhamdulillah, I'm still okay. And she was like, why don't you just sleep? You know, you eat, why don't you sleep? I was like, hold on, I have to go to night prayers after
what
that.
about Tarawih?
And then I end up sleeping at midnight.
Yeah.
And she was like, sorry, but that just sounds like torture.
Exactly.
And I was like, hold on, you don't know the amount of pleasure I'm getting from
It's
this.
the opposite of torture.
Exactly.
It's an extreme blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what you said, Abdul Halim, like people think, and the lack of sleep is probably a big factor.
Yeah.
Massive factor.
It's a massive. But you know what?
Yeah.
I was thinking about this today, and without the lack of sleep, I probably wouldn't enjoy Ramadan as much. There's you know, in order to say lazzat,
Yes.
there's a bit of lazzat that you know, the bit of lazzat in that lack of sleep.
Yeah.
Like in the morning when you wake up, you go, oh my god, I've just woken up. I can't go to work. I can't do this.
Yeah.
But as the day goes on, you just feel like, you know what? There's a bit of sweetness in this.
Yes, definitely. And I suppose within that,
Liam's just raised the level, man.
Liam's
Liam's raised the level, bro.
No,
What's going on here,
within
mate?
that, bro, there's another training, I would say, because it's not just abstaining from food and drink and, you know, controlling yourself, but also, as you said, people think, okay, you open your fast, right, you can have a nice sleep now and get up just before you're going to go to work or school. It's not like that.
No.
Because there's Salatul Maghrib, then there's Salatul Isha, Taraweeh,
Yeah.
and Fajr. Yeah, so it's
To wake up and say,
and suhoor, the Prophet ﷺ said there's a barakah in suhoor. So some people might think, oh, let's skip the Sahri and read Fajr late. But no, you have to read Fajr at the beginning time.
yeah.
Because you want to get that barakah from the suhoor. So if you think about it, that broken sleep actually is like training your nafs.
Subhanallah.
It's suppressing your nafs and your desire. And inshallah, in the long run, because taqwa, we will not gain taqwa ourselves. Everything we have is from
Allah
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even there's a famous dua we do that the Prophet ﷺ, I think he advised Hazrat Abu Zar Ghifari, if I'm not mistaken. He said to him that there's one dua you should do after every salah. And this gives us the importance of not just relying on our own selves, but relying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That dua is, Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika. Ya Allah, help me to remember you.
I mean,
Subhanallah.
So even remembering Allah, we are not saying we are remembering Allah, but we are saying, Ya Allah, it's like mind-boggling, subhanallah. But hold on, even our brain, who made our brain? Even our cells, even our thoughts, even everything, our niyyah. Do we make that? Can we take credit for that? So ultimately, everything is a rahmah and blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we say, Allahumma aini, Ya Allah, you help me ala dhikrika, to do your dhikr. Wa shukrika, and to remember you and to thank you. Wa husni ibadatik, and to worship you in the best way. So we can't go wrong with that dua. Because we are asking Allah to help us. You know, so the whole thing about Ramadan, alhamdulillah, is a training from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So just to end this ayah and the meaning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, kutiba alaykumus siyam, fasting has been prescribed for you, kama kutiba alal ladhina min qablikum, like it was prescribed to those before you, la'allakum tattaqun, so that you may become people of taqwa. So one example of the prescription, whenever you say prescription, you think doctor, pharmacist. When someone's ill, Allah give us all health, Ameen. But if somebody's ill, they go to the doctor does the diagnosis and does the checks, put the stethoscope on, all the blood tests, everything, and he says, right, this is the issue, this is the medication you need. You're not going to turn around and say, actually, you know what, that antibiotics that you gave, I don't think they're really right for me, I need this, no, I think it should be this dose, or it shouldn't be 2.5 mg, it should be 5 mg. You're not going to do that. Or if he says to you, you're going to listen to the doctor. Without equating this to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah is the creator. When He's given us something, it's a prescription. So one prescription we have, which is 5 times a day. Like you can say 5 capsules a day. 5 tablets a day. That is our 5 daily prayers. Our Fajr, Zohr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. If we haven't been doing that before, inshallah, this is a unique time to try to do that. Inshallah. And then we have a special crash course in Ramadan. Which is our Ramadan, which is the fasting, Siyam in Ramadan, which is, you can say it's like a course of antibiotics, you know, to get rid of any kind of infection that we have.
Brother, the boss is getting all medical on me, man. What's going on there?
Maybe we need to get Dr. Zaid in there, inshallah, one day.
MashaAllah, that's a prescription on its own, eh? MashaAllah. So, yes. So,
and one thing about the antibiotics, by the way, when you have some antibiotics, and the doctor says 3 times a day, and what does he say? Complete the course, yeah?
Correct.
Because if you, after 3-4 days, if you feel better, and you leave it, chance of the infection to come back.
That's correct.
So you complete the course. Now, somebody says that, 21 to, I'm going to forget. So instead of taking breakfast, lunch, and evening, I'll take all 21 together.
Which is not advisable as well.
It's not advisable. So, like doing qaza of the namazis, for example. I just do qaza. You know, no, that's not how it works. And nowadays, brothers, you know, in school, in college, at work, alhamdulillah, this is the ummah of the Prophet ﷺ. The ummah is everywhere. And people know. And in London, alhamdulillah, it's a big Muslim population. So everywhere we are, we got no excuse not to pray. So alhamdulillah, if we go according to this prescription, we will have many blessings, inshallah.
You know, there was one question which come up before in regards to fasting. If it's exam season, we don't have to fast. There's one opinion of, I don't know, I've never heard it before, but
basically,
I hope I didn't introduce that opinion all of a sudden. I don't know if I was dreaming of that.
Where does that come from? So
as far as the classic understanding is that when a person, there's a few conditions for a person to be what is known as mukallaf. Mukallaf is the one who is has the duty to act according to the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for example, praying 5 times a day and fasting in Ramadan and all the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it has to be a Muslim first of all. So there's a few conditions, so a non-Muslim doesn't have to follow them because they don't believe it. Okay, so if someone's a Muslim, they have to follow the commandments. Then an adult, so a 5-year-old kid doesn't have to fast or pray 5 times a day. So Islamically adult, it's not 16 years old, like hey, I think it's 16 or 18 when you become
16 or 18.
Yeah, when you're an adult, you can be kicked out of the house or etc. when you hit 18. But according to Islam, it's not like that. It's a certain age when you mature, when you hit puberty, that varies, it could be from 11 to 15 or whatever.
So at puberty you can kick him out of the house?
Well,
that's right, bro.
Are you looking forward to that?
That's fortunate.
Inshallah,
I'm gonna get battered tonight, man.
No, alhamdulillah. should look after the kids, obviously,
mashallah,
and do tarbiyah. Yeah, alhamdulillah. So it's Islam, and Islamically, you're an adult. You know, you have to be sane. So if somebody's not quite there mentally, or he's mentally upset or whatever, then so these are the conditions. Exams, I think, is not one of them.
It certainly doesn't fall in those conditions.
Yeah. And no, actually, in the Quran, it mentions 2 exceptions.
Okay.
That if you're on safar, if you're traveling, or you are ill, then you don't have to fast.
Yeah.
You know. So some people, I know, when we speak to non-Muslims, like, Alhamdulillah, my son, he's going to be doing GCSEs, and he's got a lot of pressure on him. And a lot of the brothers and sisters, we do dua for all of them, inshallah, that with the barakah of Ramadan, they get better results.
They will.
That's it.
They will.
And that's Iman.
You know, there's a barakah
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
There's a mercy there. And we rely on, we have tawakkul on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
100%.
You know, we don't rely on ourselves.
Yeah.
Obviously, we take all the measures, but the ultimate success is from Allah subhanahu
subhanahu
wa
wa
ta'ala.
ta'ala.
And there'll be, blessed, I can remember once, I was speaking to someone in Pakistan actually, and it was an elderly person, and he said that, the student was doing hifz or reading the Quran, and he said, I've got exams or something, or it's a really difficult time, and should I cut down? He said, no, actually increase in your recitation. You know, so it's the way that you look at things.
It's the mindset, yeah.
It's the mindset. So alhamdulillah, like brother Bilal was saying, you wouldn't think that while you're fasting, you know, start doing your training before iftar.
True.
Subhanallah, what a beautiful message that
Yeah.
with the dates and the water, it really helps you, inshallah.
Subhanallah.
So I did have a hadith to give, but I might leave that for another session. But it
TK,
will
that's what I was going to
take
ask
some
you.
time,
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. Can we have your slots for the next few weeks, inshallah? Have we got you confirmed? Put you on the spot, on live on air.
I'm not sure if you can afford me, yeah? Muhammad Ali to Parkinson, he used to say, you know, because he was a martial, rahmatullah alayhi, he was a poet as well.
Yeah.
He said, I like your show, I admire your style, but your pay is so cheap, don't call me for a while.
Okay, I'll call you for a while now, but then after Ramadan, we'll have a gap in his own show. So I'll take that as a yes. I'll take that as well because you praised our show. So yeah, inshallah, we will have Brother Abdul Basit on the show every week. So guys that want to raise a certain topic or want some questions looked at, if you send them in now, if you message him now, then potentially we can ask Brother Abdul Basit to look at them so he's prepared. He's happy with them.
We
as
can
well.
basically put them on this stream even if once the show's finished.
That's it.
Any questions?
So
that
any
there are,
questions,
just
put it in. So
post
that way we
the
can
next
maybe
time.
select a few, and then Brother Abdul Basit can talk
or
about
email
them as well.
them in any way we can basically get them answered.
A
inshallah.
key one question that I get a lot of, and the stresses that we live in this dunya. Yes, you know, there is a whole science behind that. You know, live just within the, just use the dunya. But obviously, realistically, people, who are working crazy hours at work. Let's face it. With Brexit will be in tomorrow. Brexit, you see that message for him. So things like this that are around, the taxes, the tension, the working hours, it really puts a lot of strain on people working. Now, in terms of Ramadan, they feel that we need to do something for Ramadan. We need to try our best for Ramadan. But for them to go out there and do extra ibadah, it's difficult. So for them, what message would you have that what can they do to make sure that they're fully utilized?
I think first of all, if we can do, a lot of the things is to keep away from the haram.
Yeah.
So if we can keep away from that and do the fard, alhamdulillah, that's a big blessing. And then also, like Taraweeh is a sunnah. But one thing is that Isha with Jama'at, the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever prays Salah with Isha with Jama'at and Fajr with Jama'at, he'll get the reward of praying the whole night.
Wow.
Repeat
That's powerful.
because that's what I need to hear.
You want the shortcuts, yeah? So whoever prays Isha
Yes.
with Jama'at
Acha.
and Fajr
Yep.
with Jama'at,
Mashallah. Then
you get the reward of the whole night's praying. Subhanallah. So sometimes in our, especially Sunni tradition, we have a mahfil late night,
Yes.
finish at 1,
Yep.
No,
and then Fajr,
they're knocked out, sleeping.
you're knocked out.
Yeah.
What's the point of that? That defies the purpose.
100%.
But you read Isha with Jamaat and you read Fajr with Jamaat. In the meantime, go to sleep and snore away.
That's what I like to say, man.
Inshallah, on Yawm al-Qiyamah, you'll have Qiyamul Layl, that you stayed awake all night. But obviously, Taraweeh is a great sunnah. opportunity to listen to the Quran. But if someone's got a really heavy routine, like work routine, has to get up in the morning at school or whatever, then obviously there's flexibility, and there's sunnah in that as well, that the Prophet ﷺ would sometimes pray in the masjid and sometimes he wouldn't. And the famous hadith about, and the explanation about the bid'ah as well. But we haven't got time to go into that now. But inshallah next time.
It'd be good to discuss that topic, 100%.
I discuss that as well. Alhamdulillah.
Brother Abdul Basit, thank you so much for your time, and inshallah we are coming to a close of the show. And before we finish the show, there is a competition winner, right, of Manjaros, yeah? So
Right.
I got it right. Thank God for that.
It took me 2 hours.
It took me 2 hours to figure it out, but yes, the winner of this has come. The message has been sent to me. So inshallah, without further, can we have a little drum roll?
Of course we can. Of course.
That's what I like to hear. What we got? Anisa Aziz. Well done, mashallah. Anisa Aziz, you're going to get your tickets emailed to you very shortly. So well done. Keep listening to Revive FM. Inshallah, those tickets will be out to you as soon as possible. Congratulations once again. So yeah, as we're coming to a close, I think it will only be fitting that we have Brother Abdul Basit to give us a little dua, and then inshallah we will close this show on Revive FM. Guys, before the dua happens, make sure you tune in tomorrow for Mubin Hussein's Drive Time. Obviously, political man. He's going to be about politics and be interesting. Inshallah, take part in that.
There'll be another 2 free vouchers that will be.
And there'll be more vouchers being given out in the Drive Time. So do participate in every single Drive Time show. And inshallah, the epic. I cannot wait because Ishseti hasn't done a show all week. We're going to see him on debate night.
Yeah.
On Friday night, debate night on Friday night. So I am looking forward to that. Inshallah, that will come on as well. So guys, please keep listening to Revive FM. Keep supporting Revive FM. There's a fundraiser in the background as well. So get the monies in for that fundraiser as well to see me suffer, as they all are saying. So inshallah that will happen as well. So without any further ado, we're going to hand over to Brother Abdul Basit for the final dua, and inshallah we will draw for a close from there.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم آمين اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين Ya Allah Ta'ala, we ask you to Ya Allah Ta'ala accept our fast Ya Allah Ta'ala, and we thank you for the blessed month of Ramadan Ya Allah. We thank you for making us from the ummah of Sayyidina Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam Ya Allah. Ya Allah Ta'ala, whatever major or minor sins we have done Ya Allah, whether in the night or the day Ya Allah Ta'ala, whether knowingly or unknowingly Ya Allah, out of your rahmah and your karam Ya Allah, and your mercy and your maghfirah Ya Allah, forgive all of our sins Ya Allah. All the brothers Ya Allah here and part of Revive FM Ya Allah, part of the team Ya Allah, the organizers, the ones who do the background Ya Allah, the background work Ya Allah Ta'ala, accept all of their efforts Ya Allah Ta'ala. Grant us all ikhlas Ya Allah. Shower your rahmah and mercy on the whole ummah of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam Ya Allah. Ya Allah Ta'ala, our beloved Shaykh Huzur Sayyidi Shaykhul Islam, grant him Umrah Khizr Ya Allah Ta'ala, grant him success Ya Allah. Ya Allah Ta'ala, our brothers and sisters in Palestine, in Kashmir, in Ya Allah Ta'ala, Syria, in Yemen, Indonesia, Muslim, the whole Muslim ummah Ya Allah, enable us to unite Ya Allah, and shower your rahmah and mercy on all of us Ya Allah. Enable us to fast in the month of Ramadan Ya Allah, recite the Quran Ya Allah Ta'ala, attend Taraweeh Ya Allah, and Ya Allah Ta'ala, enable us to gain the great treasure of taqwa Ya Allah. اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Ya Allah Ta'ala, all those who have passed away Ya Allah Ta'ala, 3 of my aunts passed away Ya Allah Ta'ala recently. Ya Allah Ta'ala, grant them a high place in Jannah Ya Allah Ta'ala. Dar Saab Ya Allah Ta'ala, who passed away, grant him a high place in Jannatul Firdaus Ya Allah Ta'ala. All those who are present, anybody whose relatives or anyone from the ummah who passed away Ya Allah Ta'ala in the state of Iman, grant them a high place in Jannatul Firdaus Ya Allah. Make their graves a garden from the gardens of Jannah Ya Allah Ta'ala. Rawdat min Riyadil Jannah Ya Allah. Grant them the shafa and the ziyarah of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam Ya Allah. Enable us to remember the akhirah. All those who are sitting exams Ya Allah Ta'ala, grant them success in this blessed month of Ramadan Ya Allah. All those who are ill, grant us all shifa and kamil and ajila Ya Allah, and grant us all rizqan halalan tayyiban wasi'a. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar. Allahumma yassir wa la tuwassir wa tammim bil khair. Allahumma rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina wa mawlana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa barik وسلم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين بحق لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
Hey, you must have heard it through the grapevine. The holy month coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. And I've been waiting for a long time. I think I just saw the moon, saw the moon. Now everybody fast and pray. Time to wash your sins away. You wanna celebrate with us? Then you gotta praise His name. Hey, it's Ramadan again. Hey, and tonight iftar inside my crib. Marhaba, ahi, bring the sambusas in. Be generous, you can bring a friend. Hey, from my people all around the